want to take care of it, Tim? From Bird Stadium in Smithfield, Rhode Island, we welcome you to CAA football on Flow Sports. Picture perfect late September afternoon here in Smithfield, and we've got a matchup between a Bryant team looking to prove it belongs in year 2 of the league and a Towson program that has long been a CAA blue blood. Great to have you with us here in Rhode Island. Alongside assistant coach, former Bryant assistant coach Tim Lynch, I'm Jake Zimmer. Tim, let's start with Bryant here. Wild one last week at Campbell. Double overtime, lead changes, heartbreak at the end. But if you watch that game, you saw a different Bryant team than we've seen in recent years. What did it tell you?
They're still competitive. They're working really hard. They're trying to get everything done. If they can control the ball a little bit better and not turn it over, that's one of those things where a young quarterback and he takes chances. Sometimes he doesn't need to. He's got to rely on his teammates a little bit more and let the ball come to him, let the game come to him a little bit more, and take advantage of easy throws and maybe not try to put the ball in certain areas where it shouldn't go. Just be a little more consistent. I'd like to see the running game get a little bit better. But the way they competed and the way they came back, just like in the game against UMass, and showed the composure to come back at the end of the game and get it to overtime and have a chance to win.
And like Bryant, Towson comes in at 2-2. Pete Shinnick replaced nearly half his roster, Tim. Yet here they are, freshman quarterback who doesn't play like one, a front that looks like an FBS line. How do you size up Towson right now?
They're good, but like you mentioned, that they're one of those teams you talk about. You want to play early in the year and say, "Oh, this is where we're at." It's kind of a measuring stick, and see exactly where Bryant is and where you need to go to play week in and week out in the CAA. And obviously, you expect Towson to be in the top 3.
Quick look at the quarterback comparison. Brennan Meyer, the sophomore, Andrew Indorf, the freshman. This is someone, or a pairing rather, that Chris Merritt said, although Meyer's got a calendar year on Andrew Indorf, they don't have much difference in their experience to date.
No, it's one of those things. It's just, again, like whoever can run the ball and get play action going, I think is going to have a chance to win the game. And looking at Towson's offensive line, they all look like refrigerators and they move pretty well and they're fun to watch. It'll be interesting to see how they match up against Bryant Stevens' line. I think that's what the key of the game is. If Bryant can get pressure without having to blitz, I think they'll have a chance. But again, if Bryant can't run the ball, it might be a long day.
Towson wins the coin toss. They defer to the second half, so Bryant will get the football first. Bryant looking to build off the fight they showed a week ago against Campbell. And Towson with all the pedigree of a CAA heavyweight. Bulldogs already doubling their scoring output from last season, and the Tigers leading on a freshman quarterback who simply has not flinched. 2 programs at different stages. They both got something to prove, and we see it play out right now here in Smithfield. We're underway. Short kick. Right over to grab it, and they'll run out of bounds, and the Bulldogs offense will start it at around the 17-yard line. There is a look at Brennan Meyer. Bryant's offense is night and day from last year. Brennan Meyer's bigger and better. He's got some speed like Zaim Kalik on the outside. And they've already doubled last year's scoring output, Tim.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. It's a good group, right? And so you expect a lot out of them. For them to come in and show up in a game like today, just fall forward, get an extra yard here and there, and be extremely important in today's matchup. Be interesting what Bryant tries to do early.
Brennan Meyer, the sophomore quarterback from Frisco, Texas. He's thrown for 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions this year. Had a solid game in the sense that it was multifaceted last week, Tim. He had 4 total touchdowns, 2 by the way of the ground, and threw for 2. But only 15 for 34 with 2 interceptions as well. It's an area they'd like to clean up.
Yeah, you got to clean that up immediately. I mean, this is one of those games they're going to play perfect to have a chance to win.
Bryant comes out in their traditional spread offense. They'll hand it off to Dylan Kedzior. who struggles for marginal gain here. Bryant's running back room consensus the best it's been in Chris Merritt's 7-year career here at Bryant, but you'd certainly like them to see the rushing output increase a bit.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. They got to get room. You saw in that he tries to cut it back. Towson's defensive line slants, does a nice job cutting him off. He tries to cut it back. The middle linebacker does a nice job folding back in and making the tackle.
Bulldogs rushing for about 116 yards a game this year. They pass for 244 yards. Fairly even distribution as well. They run about 3% more pass plays than they do rushing. It's about a 53-47 split as they try to pick up a couple more yards here. And it's a 3rd and manageable here at the 20-yard line. Bryant coming off a 50-48 double overtime loss down at Bowie's Creek at Campbell. Deflating loss when you go into double overtime, can't convert on 2 points. And the Bulldogs coming at 2-2, trying to get it to Kobe Keenan was Meyer, and it's incomplete. It'll bring up the first 4th down of the day for the Bryant Bulldogs.
Yeah, just trying to throw it
comes out.
Quick out, and I don't know if he gets it, if he catches it. It's covered well, and they make good contact with him. That'd have been, I think it would have been short. So it was a nice ball, throwing it out there. But again, you got to convert your passes. You got to be in 3rd manageable. That's a little bit. Run the ball the first 2 plays. You expect to get a little bit more yardage. But again, it's just one of those things. It's nice to go pop the pads. See what Bryant's defense has in store for him. Obviously, Townsend's got a ton of talent in the return game.
Christian Carraglan out to punt. This will be his 18th of the year for Bryant. It's a good one. And John Dunmore of Towson.
Good field position.
Will grab it at the 44-yard line. Well, the key to Towson's offense here is Andrew Indorf, the freshman quarterback. He's calm, he's cool, he's composed, playing beyond his years, and surrounded by explosive weapons like Jason Doss and John Dunmore. The Tigers are at their best when they're stretching the field, hitting those big plays through the air.
That's it. He's got a ton of talent. It's one of those things like, hey, you give him the keys, there's a lot of talent around, just don't mess it up. It's an easy way to coach, right? But it's a little bit harder than that. It's just one of those things, hey, we got to get the ball out on time, make things happen.
Towson scores just under 24 points a game offensively so far this year, as first pass of the day falls incomplete to John Dunmore.
He's trying to throw the out. It's one of those things that coming out. Bryant had enough guys in the box that Towson wants to throw it, but this could be interesting to see if Bryant tries to load the box today to take away the run and see how the back end matches up. I know Bryant's a little nicked up in the secondary today.
Towson's offense has moved well. They're air-centered, certainly. As the handoff on the right side, brought down, is a wide receiver, Sam Reynolds. You'll see a lot of that stuff from Pete Shinnick's group as well.
Yeah, a lot of speed, a lot of space. Just want to get him the ball, room to run. Nice job picking up 8 yards. Makes it 3rd and short. I mean, that's all you can ask for as an offense.
Something to watch for today for Towson is the drive consistency. They struggle to sustain long possessions. They're outpossessed by about 30 minutes so far on the year. 3rd and short. They'll hand it off to Al Wooden, the second, transfer over from Duke. He picks up the first down.
Good size kid, standing next to him in pregame. He's that guy, as a former safety, he's not somebody I'd want to tackle too often, to be honest with you. Good size, looks like a little bowling ball coming right at you.
Towson will send a committee out. For the most part, it'll be a split between Al Wooden, the second, and Kamarion Battles, the freshman, 5'10", 195, who's already got a slight edge in touches this year on the ground. And a big, strong running back room for Pete Shinnick of the Towson Tigers, as there's Wooden, who almost effortlessly gets 9 yards against his Bryant defense.
And they brought the backside guard. They did a nice little job folding it. He cuts it in. Linebacker gets a tackle or gets on him about 2 yards. And he gets dragged for about 7. So it's one of those ones you're going to have to hit him a little bit lower, and you're definitely going to have to wrap up. You're not going to arm tackle him today.
Bryant has been quite disruptive up front. Although by Chris Merritt's admission, they're still a bit undersized compared to the rest of the league. Michael Oddie, though, certainly an exception to that, one of the smallest defensive tackles in the league, and by and large, the Bryant Bulldogs' best defensive player so far makes a tackle here.
Yeah, he's consistent. He gets off his block. Unfortunately, get a first down. But it's one of those things. He's built to play in this conference, in this league. Bryant's just got to do a better job of just surrounding him with guys like that, and it's just going to take time. It's one of those things, and it's just recruiting. I mean, that's what it's all comes down to, and you got to get guys in the right spot at the right time, which they do.
Lonnie Rice comes up with the tackle there. Endorf showing no hesitation to just slam the ground against Bryant and see what the front gives them.
Does a
this
nice
time
job.
It's successful for Bryant.
Yeah, you see him does a nice job slipping off. We get a replay on that. Does a nice job slipping inside the guard and working his way back out to make the tackle. That's just something you don't see very often at this level. That's a great play.
Bryant goes 3 and out, and Towson chewing up the clock here with the run game. Towson coming off a crushing defeat of their own. They couldn't hold an 11-point lead in the fourth quarter against Youngstown State. Lost that one 31-28.
The game they thought they should have won.
Play action. Indorf's going to air it out the left-hand side. It's brought down, but Jason Das catches it out of bounds. It's incomplete.
And nice job by the corner, forcing him to run that route wide. It's well coached, nice job. You don't need to be overly physical on that. You just got to force him out. There's nowhere for the quarterback to put the football. It's a good job throwing it away by the quarterback.
Watch 2 and white, Jason Das. 3 receptions for 120 yards against Youngstown State last week. A guy that's not going to be defaulted to, but someone that Indorf will air it out to.
Yeah, I would.
Such speed. They got high commendation from Chris Merritt. So they're going to be real tough to defend on the outside. Indorf will drop back again. The pocket crumbling. This time he'll air it out and throw it away. It brings up 4th down.
Nice coverage. It gives the line time to get there. That's one of the things we talked about in pregame. If Bryant can get there without blitzing, they're able to double 2 of the guys and really did a nice job in forcing them wide. And the quarterback did a smart thing. You don't see a lot of freshmen throw away like that. A lot of them want to try to force it, try to make something happen. They're field goal range. He knows it. Their kicker is very impressive in pregame. But just one of those things, take the points.
Caden Williams, the senior transfer who came over from West Florida when Pete Shinnick took the job 3 years ago. His long over his career came last week. 50 yards, this one's 47. Kick is up, it's low. It's curving, and it's good. Towson strikes first. They finish off an 8-play drive with a field goal and the first score of the game here in Smithfield. 3-0 Towson over Bryant. Stick here with you. 10-22.
So it's funny.
So Bryant
here.
will take over.
I'll say it's funny staying here in between the kickoff here. Something we usually go to break, but you see Bryant's first series, right? They pick up 5 yards. You got to find a way to grind and take a little more time off the clock and give your defense a break. Defense does a nice job, but Towson did a good job getting 3rd and short. They did that twice. They were able to get a chunk play from the running back. Bryant's got to be able to get that done, and to be competitive in this league, they're going to have to get to that spot. They're not there right now. Consistently, they'll get some of those plays, but to line up and do it every player, 5 out of 6 plays, they're not there yet, and that's one of those things where they can get there. It's just going to take a little bit of time.
Bryant had a heartbreaking 50-48 double OT loss to Campbell last week. They blew a late lead. They battled back though from a 21-7 deficit. It's fueled by a 100-yard kickoff return touchdown by Keelijah Williams, who's back deep for the Bulldogs now, and also a pick 6 from Liam Lindo, who came over from Arkansas Pine Bluff. Campbell tied the game, took the lead with 1:15 remaining after a Bryant fumble. Brennan Meyer led a clutch drive to tie the game with 6 seconds left on a 35-yard touchdown to Aldrich Doe. As this one is squibbed, they're going to try to rip one off, and they come away with it. Wow. Special teams is an area that Pete Shinnick might get you on. This is the same team, of course, that ran 2 fake punts last week against Youngstown State. They converted both of them. They try to bring out the razzle-dazzle here less than 5 minutes in.
Yeah, a little kick pass, that's one of those things, and it turned into a jump ball. I mean, who's going to come down with it? And Bryant does a great job getting good field position here, but it's just one of those things you don't expect that to happen, and you're a little surprised.
It was Shamar Fowles that jumped on it. And Bryant will start at the 50-yard line, so good field position to start things off for the Bulldogs here on their second drive.
That's the one negative. If you don't get it, now Bryant has a short field to work with, which is what Bryant wants and needs.
Brennan Meyer, who Chris Merritt said has put on about 25 pounds since last year. He said it's helped especially when he's had to use his feet. There's Elijah Elliott, the transfer from Montana State who came over this year and immediately won the captaincy. He had 62 yards versus Campbell last week and has widely been described as an offensive leader for this group.
Yeah, tough to do, right? Coming to spring ball and become a captain here, unheard of, to be honest with you. So, very impressive.
Dropping back, he'll find Elliott again. Picks up a big chunk, and that's good enough to move the chains. Bulldogs get to the opposing 40-yard line.
Nice job picking up the first down. First one of the game for them.
Only thing about Brennan Meyer that Chris Merritt has acknowledged, he's been very forward with us that he's come from an environment in high school where he had to be the everything guy. Still learning how to settle in where you've got FCS talent on the field here.
Yeah, you're not the only guy on scholarship here, right? Just some other guys.
Hand off to Elliott again, who picks up another big chunk of around 6.
A nice solid run. Great first down play, right? Anytime we talked about falling forward, getting that extra yard.
Elijah Elliott was not on Chris Merritt's radar when he came open in the portal. Asked him about that this week. He laughed and said, well, he's from Portland, Oregon, and went to Montana State, so I wasn't exactly tracking his every move. Meyer dodges a rusher. Meyer to his right and finds Elliott, who the official says incomplete. They say did not get a foot in. Chris Merritt takes great objection to that.
Said his foot was out, I guess. Maybe he stepped out before then. Obviously, he came down with it. And we can't tell. There's too many black jerseys in the way.
So Bryant will send out their third down unit here. 8:48 to go.
But again, third man is where they got a chance. So it's one of those things. Kind of where you want to be offensively. It's just got to convert.
Man in motion. He'll hand it back to Elliott, who picks up enough for a first. They'll move the chains. So 2 first downs, both by way of the rush here.
Yeah, nice little grind. I like that. I'll take that any day of the week. And the good thing is, with the running back room that they have, obviously he comes out, he's a little bit winded. You come in with another guy, and the guy else in the room is just as good as that guy. So it's one of those things. It's a nice problem to have.
Bulldogs at the 29-yard line of Towson. In the pistol, they'll hand it off, and quickly getting brought down there is Grant Robinson, the senior, 6 foot 208, transferred in from Furman. Not a lot of touches for Robinson on the year so far. It's been a mostly 3-man running back room with Elliott, Dylan Kenzior.
And that was a great run to get 1 yard. He should have been tackled for a loss. Tight end misses the block at the point of attack. That's tough to say as a 1 yard run, but that's a good run.
Markeel Cockrell, the third name in that room, who has not played yet this year. Hand off to Robinson again, who's gobbled up by this Towson defensive line. They have a massive front, notably of J.R. Stegall and Aaron Clark, both of whom are over 300 pounds. Chris Merritt called their line in both sides of the football Volkswagen buses.
Yeah, that's accurate. I mean, I think they're about a biscuit away from 350. I mean, they're big boys. I mean, they're good size, and it's going to take a lot to move them. It's one of those things. Offensively, maybe some misdirection, some zone, try to wear them out a little bit. But yeah, they're huge.
Bulldogs will go trips right here on 3rd and long. They'll find a flat. It's Aldridge Doe's quickly brought down. The referees say he was up, though, and he fights a bit more for a first down.
Yeah, I might have to see that one again. I thought he was down, but again, I didn't have the best look at it. It's a great job staying up if you did. Able to convert. 3rd down, they're trying to run everybody off, bring him underneath, kind of like a screenplay. Backside safety comes down, does a nice job getting a hit on him, but you got to wrap up.
Aldrich Doe.
I guess we're going.
Gets the first down.
Previous plays under further review for the runner being down.
And the officials will take this to review. Jeremy D'Angelo wants to have a look at this. We'll take a quick break. Towson 3 and Bryant 0 at 6:16 left. You're watching CAA football on Flo.
Our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
One of the leading causes of death in policing is heart attacks and heart issues. These screenings and all these checks, it'll give us a longer time in our roles, providing for the city as well as our community.
Our biggest asset is our people. It's becoming more and more prevalent that we're exposed to more and more toxins every day. So early detection in any type of cancer is huge towards survival.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
Back here in Smithfield, 3-0 Towson. Chris Merritt's Bryant teams have shown that they can score, Tim, over 30 points a game in 3 of the last 4 years, but he's also the guy that built a nationally ranked defense in 2021, so year 7, it's about finding both sides clicking at the same time here in the CAA.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you got to be consistent, and you have to have both at this level, because you know what, you're going to run against a team that maybe can do one or the other. If you can do both, well, you're going to have a chance to win. If you're one trip pony, you're not, and it's going to be a long year. So everybody in this league is pretty competitive, and it's one of those things Bryant's trying to get there. And you look at Towson, the way they've run their program, it's just like we've talked about, it's just consistency.
Jeremy D'Angelo and the crew looked at it, and they rule that Aldrich Doe did not hit the ground. It's a good job by Doe,
Yeah.
to stay on his feet. Doe, the junior, 6'3", 196 for Mays Landing, New Jersey. Had his best game last week. 5 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown. That's a true Chris Merritt development project as well, Aldrich Doe.
Takes a while. It doesn't happen overnight, right? It just takes a little while.
A couple of solid years as a reliable option. This is the year that you see him coming into his own. So the Bulldogs have it inside the Bulldogs score 83% of the time they're down inside the 20. They convert those to touchdowns 58%.
And that's why I think the timing is off a little bit because of the snaps. The snaps seem a little high. I don't know if it's just throwing timing off, but something with the mechanics is just not getting downhill quick enough for Towson's defensive line to get rid of their blocks. And it seems like it's just throwing it off just a little bit. Hopefully that's just it. It's an easy fix, but Towson's D-line is impressive.
Towson lets up 386 yards a game. That's on the higher side for Pete Shinnick's teams. As the shovel pass here to Zaim Kalik, the sophomore, gets out to around the 9-yard line, and they may be just short of the first down here.
Yeah, nice play, nice job downfield blocking at the point of attack with the receivers. It's nice to see when receivers block downfield. It means a difference for everybody. I mean, that's huge.
So
receivers block downfield and you got a chance.
3rd and short, they'll go with a 2-back set. We'll get the call from the sideline here. Carter Newman, some tight end depth, joins Elliott, who moves to the pistol. One wide out on either side for Bryant. They'll go to Elliott. He gets a gain of around 1. The question is, where do they mark him?
Saying it's short. About a half yard to go.
This presents an interesting conundrum.
Oh, he's going to go.
If they do, the Bulldogs would prefer some better success on 4th down, 2 for 6. You compare that with Towson, who is much more apt to go for it. They're 6 for 7. So 4th down, the 10-yard line, they'll go for it, and Elliott jumps over the offensive line. Almost all the linemen tried to chop. Ended up with the front of Towson on the ground. And Elliott gets a gain of about 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 1st down and goal for Bryant.
Pretty interesting to dial up, right? It's first the goal, but it's still got a ways to go. I'm surprised Towson has tried to light him up here a little bit with blitzing.
It's an 11-play drive for Bryant so far. Started off at the 50. It's slow and it's got rhythm. Grant Robinson up the guts, and he's brought down and around the 4-yard line here.
This is one of those drives, obviously, I mean, they started with good field position around the 50, but it's taking a lot of time to keep your defense off the field, which is huge. Obviously, offensively, you want to be in the field. They can't score it if you got it, and it's just one of those things where you grind away. And this is, you know, when Bryant are successful and the Bulldogs do it well, this is the kind of offense they have. We might see a little play action here, maybe a corner route.
You're seeing already Merritt and Ben McCaig, the offensive coordinator, their strategy trying to wear down that Towson defense. Make the big guys run with them, as they said before the game. Meyer dropping back, throws to Robinson, incomplete. Probably for the best, as he would have lost a couple of yards with that as well. The clock stops at 2:30.
When you let it go, I thought it was a pick 6 coming, so I can't. That's why I was like, oh no, that's not what you need. Questionable, right? I mean, it's down the decision, right? We talk about growing up and doing other things. That's one of the things. It's got to be on the line down here on the end zone. It's unless you're throwing a fade, when you're trying to get a little arc on it, you don't have time to lob it. It's not a pop pass.
A little too much air time on that pass. Bring up 3rd and goal on the 4-yard line. Meyer has a lot of time in the pocket. He'll scramble, find Robinson, incomplete. It hit him in the hands, but he led him a bit too far to his back. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, that's on the quarterback. It's a running back, right? They don't catch those. You got to put it right in front of him, front shoulder, or right in the chest. You can't hit him back shoulder. I like the way he got out and developed, let it develop, let the receiver, let the running back get to where he's open. He's got to convert. Frustrating. But again, good drive. You got a field goal attempt coming up.
Bryce Soley, 3 for 5 on the year. He missed one last week at Campbell. Career high of 43 against New Mexico State a couple of weeks ago. This one, a chip shot right down the pipe for Bryce Soley. So Bryant uses a nice long drive to get on the scoreboard here. They tie it up at 3. 2:21 to go. You're watching CAA football on Flo.
Mental health awareness.
Studies have shown that nearly 1/3 of student athletes struggle with their mental health.
Less than half feel comfortable seeking help.
If you are experiencing a mental health condition, please know that you are not alone.
Some things we do for our mental health are go outside,
read and run, go to the beach, hang out with my teammates.
For more information on mental health resources, please visit ncaa.org.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
Let's talk about SAC.
SAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We get to connect between teams, communities, administration, the CAA conference, and the NCAA.
Our group is comprised of student athletes from different sports who represent the voice, opinions, concerns, and interests of our group.
CAA SAC provides an opportunity to enhance our leadership abilities.
We make an impact on our team.
We make an impact on our campuses.
We make an impact in our communities.
We are CAA SAC.
Us about the pedigree of what he's seen from this Towson team. He said, we're going to play the blue bloods of the conference these next couple of weeks. Maine, Rhode Island, all on the schedule here. Back to get a Lucas Londano. Londano carving through the Bryant special teams unit, and he's pushed out in Bryant territory.
Be interesting to see. I didn't think he'd come out of the pack. He does a nice job getting behind one of his guys. Expect a little bit more out of your kicker on that, but nice run, great field position for Towson. A little disappointing if you're a Bryant fan. Got to get off blocks.
Lucas Londano just a couple of weeks off a 96-yard kickoff return touchdown. Averages around 29 yards per kick return. And we see the Towson offensive unit come out. Made a very similar sort of grinding drive in their first time out against the Bulldogs defense. Andrew Indorf, the freshman, back out there. They go to his right. He leads John Dunmore a bit short.
Nice job by the D end on that side. I didn't see what it was. Does a nice job getting a hand up. One thing I noticed with the quarterback, what I thought in pregame, is he has a low release. So if you're a defensive lineman, you're not going to get there. Just find a way to try to knock it down. I mean, if you could do that a few times a game, that's going to be huge. Here they are, they're chasing the sticks, right? Second and long. Something neither team wants to be in.
This time it'll be Kamarion Battles, the freshman, who gets the handoff here for Towson. His helmet pops off after a big hit by Lonnie Rice, the Bryant linebacker.
He's a good stick.
Lonnie Rice, 25 tackles, transferred over from Western Kentucky a couple years ago. Was more of a depth linebacker last year. And between him and Brandon Perkins, who sports number 4, Perkins has done an excellent job this year, transferred over from University of New Hampshire.
It's a great start for the year for him. But linebackers have always been pretty good here at Bryant. It's just consistency at D-line has been an issue, and they've gotten better the last couple of years.
Empty tray for Indorf, and coming up with it is Peyton Faulkner, the tight end. And it's good for a first down for Towson.
Yeah, nice spot route. Just gets to where he needs to be. Sits down. Quarterback does a nice job getting it out on time.
Faulkner, a transfer from Kent State. We asked Pete Shinnick who some of the newcomers were that he felt were making the biggest impact. Faulkner was at the top of that list. Only his 5th reception on the year, but has turned into more of a blocking tight end. And here's Al Wooden. Still on his feet after the first hit. A gain of about 12, and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, he did a good job. I didn't think he was down either, so it's a nice run.
Al Wooden comes into the game with 37 handoffs for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. About 30 yards a game for Wooden so far.
If you're Towson, you're expecting a little bit more than that from him. He's a big, solid kid. He gets downhill quickly, and he's not fun to tackle.
Al Wooden, 6 foot, 225 from Memphis, Tennessee. As Jeremy D'Angelo, the referee, will pause it here. Well, they'll do the same thing they did for Aldridge Doe.
Why not?
And determine if he was down.
Yeah, we're out of timeouts for the quarter.
They have not used the replay booth sparingly. Bryant coming off what Chris Merritt would describe as a really solid start to the year. Obviously a competitive loss on the road at New Mexico State, and then the one that shocked the world, if you will, a 26-24 win over University of Massachusetts.
Rain delayed, weather delayed, I should say.
Sure was. Delayed for about 2 hours. And Chris Merritt said he was super happy with the fight in that team against UMass that day to come from behind and win. A program-defining win of sorts, and this stage of it, Tim, anyway, how do you size that one up?
Huge. I mean, it just shows where you're at in terms of competitiveness, right? They could have bowed down, and they were playing a 1A team. Go play somebody at a higher level and that has better resources, and you go there and you go toe-to-toe with them, and you pull out a win. And it's just one of those things where, I remember I coached against UMass with Bryant, and they had a couple good players on the team for them playing in the NFL. And it's just one of those things. UMass isn't where they were years ago, but it's one of those things. They're playing in the MAC, and you have a chance to go beat a MAC team. When you're from Smithfield, Rhode Island, you take it, and you'll take the paycheck, and then you'll take the win.
Here's a look at Bryant. Crew was just showing you the Towson group, 2-2, and they've had no shortage of tough opponents either this year. Youngstown State, of course, in the rankings for the second week in a row. They played Maryland a couple of weeks ago. Pete Shinnick said he loved how they've started the season off. He said he's particularly pleased with how they played against Youngstown last week. Came down to a couple plays very similar to where Bryant is at this course of the year. He said there's, of course, some moments that he'd like to have back. They had an 11-point lead at one point. They squandered it, but he said overall he likes where they're at, and they're playing really good team football right now.
Yeah, it's one of those things you come to expect, right? They have their standard, and they're playing at the standard you'd expect them to play at. They should have won last week, but you have an 11-point lead. You expect to win that game with 5 minutes left to go, and a little frustrated talking to some of their assistant coaches before the game. They're just a little frustrated. Hey, it is what it is, and you get in conference play, and that's when it really matters. And when you're in the CAA, you're going to get a couple teams in the playoffs, and you just got to grind your way to be one of those teams.
Jeremy D'Angelo says that Al Wooten's knee was down at the 27-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 1. So the call is overturned, rather. Towson will send out Caddy Phillips as the third backer in the room to the right of Indorf, who drops back and fires over the middle. It's incomplete. Phillips took a bit of a wheel route down the hash and just led him a bit too far.
Yeah, just enough pressure from the D line, so the quarterback really couldn't step in and throw it the way he wanted to. It's a good job getting off your block, especially at the play action. You got to respect that. But again, how much coverage can Bryant get before they have to start bringing guys?
26 seconds to go here in the first. Another third down for Towson. They'll give it to Wooden. Why not when you've got the workhorse? And they'll move the chains up. It's just enough for a first.
A good initial penetration. Does a nice job making them redirect. Fortunately, not enough guys were able to get off the block quick enough to keep them from getting the first down.
Now Wooden already just shy of 50 yards gained. As the first quarter comes to a close here, Bryant and Towson trading blows. Be back after this here on Flo.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
The CAA is committed to educating its student athletes and fans on mental health awareness.
Studies have shown that nearly 1/3 of student athletes struggle with their mental health.
Less than half feel comfortable seeking help.
If you are experiencing a mental health condition, please know that you are not alone.
Some things we do for our mental health are go outside,
Read and run.
Go to the beach. Hanging out with my teammates.
For more information on mental health resources, please visit ncaa.org.
At Service Credit Union, we believe that your life is a story. And like most stories, every chapter brings something different. A new adventure, a new calling, a new hero, and even a new beginning. No matter what page you're on, we'll be with you. Service Credit Union.
Let's talk about SAC. SAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We get to connect between teams, communities, administration at the CAA conference, and the NCAA.
Our group is comprised of student athletes from different sports who represent the voice, opinions, concerns, and interests of our group.
CAA SAC provides an opportunity to enhance our leadership abilities.
We make an impact on our team.
We make an impact on our campuses.
We make an impact in our communities. We are CAA SAC.
Football Saturday on Flo. Thanks for joining us. Alongside Tim Lynch, former Bryant assistant coach, I'm Jake Zimmer. Towson trying to continue their drive as they'll find their workhorse, John Dunmore. Picks up a slight game. Tim, this is a Towson team that had to replace 48 players in the offseason. Pete Shinnick said, honestly, he thinks that's going to be the new normal.
Yes, no, I will be. And you guys try to find a better place to go. And if you're not happy, try to go to a different place where you can play. And Towson is a great school, but the good thing they have is that they have enough kids in that team and on that roster that they can keep their culture. And that's the main thing. If you can keep that in place, then that's half the battle.
Indorf's going to air it out down the left-hand side to Das, incomplete. Coming up on the coverage was Olatunde Imaparu, the senior from London, England, who had 8 solo tackles against Campbell last week. Just means he was working in the secondary.
Yeah, he had a busy day. Great coverage there. That's just one of those things. I'm not sure if I'm Towson, that's where I'm throwing it.
Merritt was quick to identify Imaparu as one of the guys that grew a bunch on defense. More this time, incomplete. Pass is broken up in the secondary by Liam Lindo, the Arkansas Pine Bluff transfer.
Long and lean as well, so it's one of those ones where, you know, for Bryant, the corners are longer and leaner than they have been in the past. So it's one of those things. If I'm coaching against Bryant, if I call plays against Bryant, I might look at trying to get an inside fade or a corner route more so. If you think Bryant's playing man.
Caden Williams hit a 45-yarder to get Towson on the board. This will be a little shorter than that. Williams, the left-handed boot, puts it in. 6-3. Towson takes the lead. 14:09 to go. We're back after a short break.
The CAA is committed to educating its student athletes and fans on mental health awareness.
Studies have shown that nearly 1/3 of student athletes struggle with their mental health.
Less than half feel comfortable seeking help.
If you are experiencing a mental health condition, please know that you are not alone.
Some things we do for our mental health are go outside,
Read and run.
Go to the beach. Hanging out with my teammates.
For more information on mental health resources, please visit ncaa.org.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
Let's talk about SAC. SAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We get to connect between teams, communities, administration at the CAA conference, and the NCAA.
Our group is comprised of student athletes from different sports who represent the voice, opinions, concerns, and interests of our group.
CAA SAC provides an opportunity to enhance our leadership abilities.
We make an impact on our team.
We make an impact on our campuses.
We make an impact in our communities. We are CAA SAC.
Alongside Tim Lynch. Another look at Towson. They had 28 or 29 seniors last year alone to finish the point we were making before the break. Got rid of some guys, had some guys hit the portal. And as Pete Shinnick told us, I don't see an era going forward that you're replacing only 25 guys.
That's tough. And talking to some of the Bryant coaches this week, yeah, in the recruiting they're doing, that's one thing I don't miss about coaching. Is the recruiting, what they have to do now. It's just like during the season, I want to concentrate on coaching and get my players better. And now they're spending more time recruiting, and it's just not as much fun as it is coaching.
There's a look at Andrew Indorf, 3 for 9 with 24 yards on the day. Another kick pass here.
Well, who fair caught it?
One of the officials is saying that they called for a fair catch, which we certainly did not see up in the broadcast booth. Okay, that's the ruling that was...
I did not see one.
Maximus Nosler, the sophomore, who spent most of his time on special teams this year. They rule a fair catch.
I did not see the sign for it.
But the unfortunate thing, they can't do much to reverse it.
Nope.
Play's dead. And we will start this thing off at the 27-yard line for the Bryant Bulldogs.
And one of the reasons Towson isn't kicking it deep is because Bryant's return team has been pretty good.
Indeed, Kalijah Williams, 1 week off, 100-yard kick return touchdown. They've been a rock-solid special teams.
After further review, the ball will be spotted at the 30-yard line. It'll be first down.
So they will adjust the spot.
All right.
And Chris Merritt will get his concession at least. Bulldogs will start off in trips right. The lone backer. This one's incomplete. On the left-hand side, the lone backer there was Markeel Cockrell making his season debut. After starting off the season a bit banged up, was out the first 4 games. Markeel Cockrell was a major silver lining in last year's 2-10 season. Tim, just, you can tell this Bulldogs team trying to re-up on speed and double down. Cockrell, a big part of it. A fake handoff, it's incomplete. Maybe a miscommunication between Cockrell and Meyer. Slowed him down about a half a second.
It's tough when you jump to this conference here as opposed to where they were before. If they're in the conference they were before, they'd be the number 1 team in the conference, obviously. But it takes a while to adjust your roster. We talked about Towson replacing 48 guys. Bryant's going to have transition. They're going to have to bring new guys in. And you look at the 2 teams in pregame warm-up. You look at Towson, they're long and lean. Bryant's not quite there yet. They have some guys that look like that. The entire roster does not look like that yet. And they'll get there. I mean, it's just one of those things you have to have a little time, a little patience, and they got the right staff for it.
Robinson in motion, and Meyer will air it out well over the head of the tight end. And Levi Wilkins, and it's incomplete. Quick 3 and out for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's a tough series there. Try to throw it 3 times in a row. No time off the clock. Defense doesn't get much of a break, and they're back out there. It's just one of those things where you got to convert. You got to get a first down.
3 drives, 2 3 and outs for Bryant so far. Christian Carraglan back out. He's punted once. Parrott has said they're trying to ingrain it in the culture that it is okay to punt. You have the defense Bryant does. They have a lot of confidence in Anthony Barisi's group.
It doesn't matter if they're undersized or anything else or a little bit slower. They find a way to hang around, and they find a way to be in the game, and they find a way to make things happen. So it's just one of those things. He has a good defensive staff, and they've got to be consistent and got to get to the ball, right? You can stay motivated. That's one thing I noticed when I came to watch summer practice is how much the defense is flying around. They're a lot faster than they have been. Speed makes up for a lot of errors.
This will be Towson's third drive of the day. Indorf trying to correct a 3-for-9 start. Only 24 yards. Flag down. This one's caught by Cleveland Charlton in the interim.
Yeah, I think they got the guard. Should be the left guard.
And it'll get called back for holding. Couldn't quite get the referee, Mike, but indeed will be rung up for a holding. So they'll start this one again, 1st and 20. Would have been Cleveland Charlton's first reception of the day and his third on the year.
He is long. He's 6'5", he's about 160. He is, I think it looks like a stiff wind would knock him down, but he can run.
Every one of his receptions came against Maryland a couple of weeks ago. Towson dropped that one 44-17, and although the score got a bit out of hand, Pete Chinnick said he's proud of the way the team fought and at least competed for most of it.
And that's all you can do going into one of those games. You're outmassed and hang around as long as you can. Hopefully something good happens at the end. But
we'll hand it off to Battles, who's brought down rather swiftly. And off that game, too, Pete Chinnick said he was preparing for Youngstown State. They had a 6 p.m. game a couple of weeks ago, or last weekend with Youngstown, he said. And he said, while that game was happening, sure, it was excruciating, but I was sitting at my house before that game, he said. Maryland played Wisconsin at noon, and I'm watching Wisconsin give up 6 sacks and run for 1.3 yards a carry. He said, okay, well, at least we got sacked only a couple times and ran a bit more. So that's when he said he put it all into perspective about how much that team can learn from a team like the Terps, who are off to a great start in the FBS this year. Battles can't get a handle on it. It'll bring up 3rd and very long for Towson.
And that's what hey, we have our principles, right? These are our goals. We're going to try to run, whatever they are, right? Whether hey, we're going to try to run for 110 yards today, or we're going to try to do this. We'll try to give up less than 1 or less than 2 sacks, whatever your goal is for that week, right? To make yourself successful. Because sometimes you're outmatched. I mean, they're outmatched against Maryland. Well, if this is our principles, this is what we're going to stick to. If we're able to do this, then it's a successful game.
That's exactly what they did. Chinnick told his team, you kind of take it as it is, and you compile the list of these are the things you're doing well, these are the things we have to continue to get better at, and this is what we can build into our process. And the setback against Youngstown State last week, some renewed fire. What a ball to Lucas Londano, right over the middle, carves up the Bryant defense, and a huge gain. That's what Towson will do. They'll get those big chunk plays. And just like that, they're into enemy territory.
Yeah, ball thrown really well. Bryant's a 2-man, right? So everybody's running underneath. Backside safety's got to get over there and help that. Tough, because he's also got the wide side, too. So nice route, nice skinny post. Ball thrown on time.
Towson will get those explosive plays. They'll try one more. Dunmore, incomplete. Tigers campaigning for a flag. They won't get one. Some good coverage this time on the sideline by Olatunde Amparu.
Yeah, he's stride for stride. The ball held up just a little bit. Well, the coverage is right there. He's been good so far.
Amparu's had 2 really good plays. If you ask Chris Merritt about how his defense has evolved, you can see they've gotten much better at the matchup play, bringing guys like Liam Lindo, sports number 13, who's been in on quite a few matchups. Jalen Johnson, the transfer from Pace. Been a palpable area that Bryant has gotten better at this year on the defensive side of the football. On 2nd down, they'll give it to Wooden up the middle, but they can't get past the Bryant front. They'll bring up 3rd in about 9.
Yeah, 3rd long where you want him to be, right? Obviously, House does a nice job converting on the last 3rd and whatever that was. That was a long 3rd and long, but 3rd and 9, obviously, statistically, defensively, you got a better chance. But again, we'll see if Bryant wants to dial it up. Last time they played coverage, be interested they stay with that. Safeties look a little tight.
Bryant will go 3 up front. Gideon Bedeta and Max Villar. On the edges, Michelotti up the gut. They'll bring forward the middle linebackers, Lonnie Rice and Brandon Perkins, to maybe show blitz. We'll see if they fall back into coverage here. They'll blitz. Pocket totally collapsing. Pass is complete to Charlton, but it's not nearly enough for a first. Ball goes to the 40-yard line. We'll see what Towson does.
I'm going to stay out there with him.
Shinnick is no issue going for fourth. They are aggressive. This will be the 8th time they've gone forward on fourth down this year. They're 86%.
Well, I mean, 86%, I'd go for it too.
The math, the analytics all telling you to go for it here. Pete Shinnick says, I'm not going to think too hard about this. They'll show trips left and try to freeze Bryant. Indorf looks back to the sideline for Shinnick's updated call. Play clock hits 0. Let's see if Towson got a timeout in first. And instead it's a delay of game. They will back it up, presumably to get the punt unit out.
I just wanted to see what Bryant was going to look like.
So they will move it back to the 46-yard line for about 4th and 10 on the dot.
It's kind of funny with the 2 fake punts they had last week.
Yeah, don't forget this as well. Bryce LaFollette, the CAA Special Teams Player of the Week. 2 fake punts, both resulted in first downs against Youngstown State. He ran for 1, he threw for 1. Got a funky looking punt formation here. Let's see what they decide to do. No fakes this time as Bryce LaFollette with the boot. What a punt. Bounces inside the 5. And finally recovered and frozen at the 10-yard line. What a boot
tough
from
bounce.
the 6'3", 210 redshirt junior who came over from Virginia Tech.
It doesn't look like a kicker on the field, but one of those things. I got a flag down. I don't know what happened. I didn't see what happened. Against Towson, which is tough. I mean, that was a great kick, and it was just tough bounce at the end. But
go down to Jeremy D'Angelo for the call.
Kicking team had more than 4 players in the backfield. There'll be a 5-yard penalty.
That's why I was in funky formation. I was looking at them like, they don't look right. It's just.
And indeed, they're penalized for it. So they'll back him up 5 yards, and Chris Merritt decides to have the punt redone. Not bad when the first bounce is inside the 5.
Yeah.
So Bryce LaFollette commanding the unit. Averages 44 yards a punt on the year. He's punted 17 times coming into today.
Oh, kicker's upset about something.
They'll stop the play clock.
They have a Bryant Football in instead of a Towson ball.
And that's indeed the case. Just a formality. Formality for us anyway. Everything but a formality for LaFollette.
Guess he's the one that gets the football ready for the game. I don't know. You got to mud him up.
19-yard rush, and then he threw a pass last week for 14 yards. Both resulted in first downs on the fake punt. Let's see what they do here. Flag down again. LaFollette will try to pin them back, but it rolls out of bounds. We'll see what the flag is in the backfield. Are they going to ring them up on another illegal formation?
Was Bryant offsides? I didn't see. I was watching the protection.
The flag came down in the backfield. Line of scrimmage was at the 49-yard lines. Flags near the 40.
All right. It's kind of hard to do that twice in a row.
So after the second straight illegal formation, they'll just tack it on at the end of the punt, as per FCS rules.
You got the mission accomplished on the first one, right? You're picking up, you think about it, it's 2 5-yard penalties, but Bryant was able to pick up 15 yards of field position.
Great point. It goes down at the 10, and now they start at the 25. Bryant trying to recover after 2 3-and-outs on their first 3 drives. What do you want to see differently here?
I'd like to see him run the ball on first down. I'm not going to lie. It's just one of those things. And a little old school, hey.
Let's see what they do. They will not honor Tim Lynch's wishes. Instead, they'll throw to the right-hand side, Zaim Kalik. pick up a game.
I should settle for just positive yards on first down. But no, it's nice. Hey, give him a little confidence. Give him a short, easy throw. Nice out. 2nd and 5. You're not chasing sticks yet.
Meyer, 3 for 10.
But I mean, 2nd and 5, you get the whole playbooks open. You're not one-dimensional here.
2 tight ends set for Bryant. Your correction is just 1 tight end. Meyer in the pocket. He's going to air it out, try to find Tristan Riley in a double coverage. Get a guy wide open on the left-hand side. Instead, it'll be incomplete and a 3rd down and about 5.
Got a hold against Bryant. You'd like to see him take the open receiver just underneath. Hey, we'll take the first down, but obviously got a holding call here, but.
It's against Dylan Kenzior as well, the running back. So he lured him out into coverage.
I might have seen a replay if you could, but. I was watching the routes. Just kind of wonder why I didn't take the wide open one underneath.
Kenzior, 6 foot 217, fought the injury bug at Buffalo and came over to Bryant last year where he offered some much needed depth at the time. Now has grown into a focal point of this running room as well. He's rung up for a holding here, so off to the bench he goes. And Elijah Elliott replaces him. Meyer trying to get rid of the rushers. Meyer finding the tight end, Kobe Keenan. High IQ play to pick up a nice chunk, about 20 yards, and the Bulldogs have a first down.
Yeah, nice scramble drill. Nice job getting open. I really like what he did, is throwing it up high where only his guy can go get it. Obviously, that's a pretty tall tight end.
Kobe Keenan, 6'7", 252. Nice play there as Keenan picks up his 5th catch of the year. He had 3 receptions for 36 yards against UMass.
Yeah, I thought they would start going to him a little bit more after the UMass game.
And find a flat, it's Tristan Riley. Picks up about 8 or 9 yards. Forward progression for Bryant.
There you go. Got to win on first down. That's the key to any drive, any series.
Tristan Riley has emerged as a favorite target of Brennan Meyer this year. True possession guy, chain mover. 18 receptions for 186 yards and a touchdown coming into today. Of course, no easy task trying to replace a nearly 1,000-yard receiving guy, Landon Ruggieri, who's moved on to graduation. Elliott brought down in the backfield. Shamar Graham.
Good defense at the point of attack. That was impressive. But still, 3rd and short.
Graham on the tackle. He had 264 of them over his career at Virginia Union, where they won 2 CAA titles. He's been a real good offensive linebacker for Towson this year. They're full of them. Jamez Drummer, who sports number 32, has had an excellent year. Third down, 3 to go. Meyer will look right, dodges a rusher, dodges another, but it's not enough. And it's a sack for Towson. Jamez Drummer picks up his 2nd of the year.
Yeah, well-timed blitz. They disguised it pretty well. Bryant really didn't know where they were coming from. It's pretty impressive getting through that well. Bryant really didn't have a chance offensively. Everybody was covered. There was nowhere to go with the ball. Bryant did try to protect it. You can see him come through. The linebacker comes through. He has to step up, but just too many hands on him at one time.
Jamez Drummer, one of several guys in this starting defensive core that came over by transfer. Drummer came from Old Dominion. Only played in 7 games there, didn't get a bunch of depth, but has really settled into his own. 20 tackles coming into today with Towson so far. So the punt unit comes out for the 3rd time today for Bryant.
Yeah, that's a tough one because Bryant was trying to kick and then the refs came in and Bryant brought a guy on late. And that's one of those things, that's one of those rules they got to work out on that somehow.
Clock ran for an additional 6 seconds after the game clock, or correction, the play clock expired.
I mean, you basically get penalized for subbing in, and it's one of those things like there's no advantage.
Christian Carriglin comes out again for Bryant. Average 37 yards on a punt. This one far longer as Dunmore
nice catch.
is forced to fair catch it at the 12-yard line. A beautiful boot.
Wasn't pretty.
Wobbled a bit, but
moved a duck going through the air, but hey, it was effective.
The junior from Jacksonville, Florida, averages around 38 yards a punt this year. He's got a fair amount of volume. That was his 20th punt.
Yeah, you'd like to see a few less than that.
6-3 as Towson gets the football back. Towson trying to break the 2-loss skid. Wins against Norfolk State and Morgan State. Morgan State was the battle for the greater Baltimore area. And then losses to Maryland and Youngstown State. Indorf going to scramble here. Tries to deke the Bryant defense. It'll run out of bounds. Chunk gain of about 4 here.
If I'm the Towson coach, I might just be like, just go running it out of bounds. Don't try to don't play that game.
Towson is singing the praises of Andrew Indorf as well, the freshman. They had a couple of good FCS offers, and Shinnick has given all the credit to his quarterback coach, Adam Neugbauer. Al Wooden trying to get past the first down marker, and he does. Around the 25-yard line here.
That's a really good job of the corner. Does a nice job holding the edge. Gives the linebacker time to come over and make the tackle, but still a first down run, but does a nice job. You don't see most corners will kind of tuck it in on that and give it an easy way out, but that was really nice discipline by the corner.
They said Andrew Indorf came into camp and was just a total sponge, absorbed everything, exhibited some good leadership. He showed dedication and desire, and he beat out 2 veterans in this Towson quarterback room, Nathan Kent and Sean Brown. They said they definitely want a quarterback that's mobile enough to get what they need to get done. I asked Pete Shinnick to elaborate on that. He said, well, we played Youngstown State, and their quarterback probably rushed for about 200 yards, and that's not what they want Indorf to be. But they want him to have the intelligence to rip off a couple plays like that every now and then.
Yeah, just be a threat, right? That's so that way the defense has to account for you and worry about you and spend time trying to defend you. It's one of those things, if it's somebody just stands there and hands it or throws it, you're like, okay, he's going to be in the pocket. He's not going anywhere.
Standout at St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Florida. Through to a lot of guys playing Division I football. Is a great come up by Michael Oddie, the veteran. Oddie with 4 sacks and 6.5 tackles for losses coming into today. That was the by and large leader of this Bryant core D.
Yeah, nice call by the defense coordinator. Just a well-timed run blitz. Just came through right at the right time. Pushes him in 3rd and long. Again, that's where defensively, this is where you want him to be. You just got to make him make the quarterback uncomfortable.
3rd down, empty tray, trips left for Towson. Indorf, incomplete. It goes off the hands of Zay Perkins, and it brings up 4th. Punt unit out for Towson.
Yeah, did he have enough depth to get that first down? Was he short? It was tight. You got to catch it though. That's one of those ones. A well-thrown ball.
Certainly a good ball from Indorf. You applaud his persistence.
He's impressed me. Better than he's been than advertising. I mean, people said a lot of nice things about him before him, but he's a little better than advertised. So.
Second punt of the day for La Follette. Technically the 3rd punt. One of them was waved off for an illegal formation. Play clock's at 0. And Pete Shinnick called a timeout before they let it get there.
First of the half, 30 seconds.
4:33 to go. It's a 30-second timeout for Towson.
I mean, if you're coaching against that, it's just one of the things you can spend a lot of time worrying about their punt team and everything else they come up with. And it sounds funny to say that, or if I'm laughing as I say it, but it's just one of those things. If you're good at it, right, and if you're just talented, it's like, hey, we're going to make teams work to cover this. And every time you spend more time doing that, you're taking time away from something else. So.
The 2 fake punts, I'd say, warrants at least a couple film sessions on special teams.
I'll be playing the rest of the year thinking about it. I mean.
Chris Merritt didn't hesitate to call Towson a blue blood in this conference. Of course, they're 12 years removed from an appearance in the FCS national title game. As this is fair caught by Jace Hannigan. Bryant is pretty quick to fair catch this year. Only 2 punt returns on the year so far.
Yeah, just be safe. I mean, it's one of those things. If you're trying to get more pressure, right? But it's just one of those things where safety first. Let's not, because there's nobody back there to help him. He's on his own.
Still no touchdowns on either side. Another fundamental change that Bryant has seen over these last couple of years is Ben McKay getting promoted to offensive coordinator. He had a myriad of supporting roles. He came over with Chris Merritt in 2019 as a director of football operations. His initial intent was to get an assistant coaching role, and he climbed up the ranks very quickly. Now he's calling the offensive plays as Robinson gets a gain of about 3 on the play. Chris Merritt said basically when he promoted him to offensive coordinator at the beginning of last season, he said when they transitioned to the CAA, I realized I couldn't be a great head coach and a great offensive coordinator, so I had to fire myself from one of those jobs.
You do. I mean, it's one of those things where, like some of the coaches that are head coaches and also call plays, it's like, well, how much time you spend in getting ready to call plays as opposed to your administrative duties as well?
He said the intent was to give him a 1-year ramp and have this year be the first year, but he quickly realized, well, I have to shed some more off my plate. Shovel pass to Kelijah Williams. And the ball's loose, a fumble picked up at the 40-yard line. The officials say Towson football. Now the question is, was he down? Officials say no, he was not. Yeah, that is a legit fumble.
Yeah, no argument by Bryant. So.
Yeah.
Usually it'd be somebody sitting there going and say he was down. I'm trying to see the replay here. It's a little tough. I think he was down.
It's a close one. Merritt reached into his pocket, but he's not going to pull the flag out just yet. He's having a quick discussion with the official. No argument from the Bryant sideline.
After Townsend, you're going up the top here. I mean, that's one of the things. That's
great takeaway by Towson to finish the play
huge,
here.
Yeah.
He thought he would have had a first down, or at least been within striking distance, and Towson gets the football back. Battles, gain of about 8. A little pushing and shoving after the play. Moot point as Reggie Allen retreats.
That's one of the things we talked about in the open. Just don't turn it over. And Bryant's beat defense needs to bail you out. And that's frustrating. You do a nice job on defense forcing the punt, and literally the next play you put it on the ground.
2 keys for Bryant today were 2 things: limiting the explosive plays from Towson and eliminating their own turnovers. We've seen both of those nip the Bulldogs in the behind today so far. Yes. The catch made there for Towson, wrapping him up was Jalen Johnson. And they'll get a first down, an injury timeout. There's another look at the replay.
They're just coming in to secure the tackle. It's kind of a glancing blow.
Towson up by 3. Trying to tack on to their lead here in field goal range. It was Leroy Lee, or correction, that's Michael Grant, who came over by way of American International College at the D2 level. Had a solid career there. He had nearly 40 tackles there last season.
I don't blame him for leaving either. I'd get out of there as quick as I could.
Grant, 6'3", 230 from Hackensack, New Jersey. Has a sack and 3 TFLs coming into today's game. And he'll head over to the sideline. The 3 up front now, Dixon Hudson will replace him. Another guy who transferred. He had a fumble recovery and 29 tackles at Davidson last year. Takes over on the right defensive edge side. And battles. Pick up another solid gain here. 2:25 on the clock.
Yeah, if you're Bryant's defense, you get a little frustrated there. You can't let him get that much on first down. Nice job by Towson at the point of attack, really. Once those big boys get to work, big hole. Yeah, it's just pretty simple football.
Exploited the outside linebackers there, and
guard does a nice job coming out, pick up defensive end. Just a nice little kick. With the backside guard in the center reaching up to the play side linebacker. That's really well done.
So Towson gets to the 18-yard line. Battles again, shrugs off one tackle, finds another way to get forward, and somehow picks up the first down. Nice play from Battles.
Yeah, you got to wrap up. The right defensive call, right? You get 3 guys hitting them, but it doesn't matter if you don't.
We'll take a break, 1:55. Here in the second quarter, it's the 2-minute timeout. We're back after this. Towson 6, Bryant 3 at CAA football on Flo.
The CAA is committed to educating its student athletes and fans on mental health awareness.
Studies have shown that nearly 1/3 of student athletes struggle with their mental health.
Less than half feel comfortable seeking help.
If you are experiencing a mental health condition, please know that you are not alone.
Some things we do for our mental health are go outside,
read and run, go to the beach, hanging out with my teammates.
For more information on mental health resources, please visit ncaa.org.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
Let's talk about SAC. SAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We get to connect between teams, communities, administration, the CAA conference, and the NCAA.
Our group is comprised of student athletes from different sports who represent the voice, opinions, concerns, and interests of our group.
CAA SAC provides an opportunity to enhance our leadership abilities.
We make an impact on our team.
We make an impact on our campuses.
We make an impact in our communities. We are CAA SAC.
Towson inside the red zone here after the 2-minute timeout. 1st and 10. Al Wooden is brought down after a marginal gain here. Second trip to the red zone for Towson. They kicked a field goal the first time. They'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, for Towson coming off the turnover, you obviously you kind of owe it to your defense to get a touchdown. That's one of those things where you got to try to grind it in, but obviously Brian wants to hold to a field goal attempt. But I mean, with Towson, with some of the talent, you think they might try to run a inside fade with the number 2 guy. I wouldn't test the corners. I'd try to hit one of the safeties. Just scheme-wise. I'm not even talking about ability, but you tried the corners already today in some of those routes, and it just doesn't. None of them look like they were close.
It'll be a timeout here. 2nd and 7 for Towson. It's been a game of field goals so far. Caden Williams for Towson is at 2. Longest at 45. And then Bryce Soley with a chip shot field goal. And near point blank. Indorf will try to take it himself. Does he get in? He's just short. His helmet pops off at the 1 yard line. It'll bring up.
Yeah, good decision by him. I mean, really, that was just one of those ones where tuck and run. Nobody was open.
So Indorf, since his helmet came off, he has to go to the sideline for one play. That'll bring out the backup, Nathan Kent, the grad student. Bryant will take a timeout just to chat about the game plan here. Kent, the 6'2 grad student. He got in once this year versus Maryland, went 2 for 4, 85 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Widely considered to be a favorite for that job at the beginning of the year, and Andrew Indorf came in and had some other plans. So how about that? They throw the kid in there at 1st and goal at the 1 and say, hey, here you go.
I think the starting can go back in now with a timeout.
Coming up at the halftime break, we'll go down to Jessica Queenie on the sideline. And we'll send you on your way for a quick commercial break. We'll come back with some statistics and more. 6'3", Towson. Tim, what do you think has to change for Bryant here?
Just more, getting through the half, right? Bryant's going to try to have some time here to run a 2-minute offense, which they've been successful at this year at different times. But it's one of those things. Bryant has just got to try to blow up and try to hold him to a field goal attempt. I mean, it's going to be tough, right? It's 1st and goal from the, inside the 1 or right about the 1. It's going to be tough. So with Townsend's off the line and how good those guys are. Hopefully put on the floor. That's about it.
Can't be closer if they tried here as Al Wooden gets in for the touchdown. Al Wooden is 3rd of the year. As Towson gets into the end zone first today.
It's tough. Big guy behind the pads, and you see it. It's tough. I mean, if you're a safety coming in, you're going to take him low, but you do that, obviously he's going to fall over top of you. He's going to be in the end zone. So tough. I mean, really, just a tough play. Defensively, obviously, offensively, that's exactly what you want.
Al Wooden II, the grad student from Memphis, Tennessee, by way of Duke, on the board for the Tigers. Cade Williams, who has not missed a PAT this year, makes it 13-3. And now Bryant will have to do a 2-minute drill, maybe abbreviated at 1:41.
They got 2 timeouts, so they got all day.
And they'll put 1:43 on the clock.
Your current score in the second quarter is the Towson Tigers 13 in your Bryant Football.
Bryant offense will try to right the ship. They haven't been able to do much on the ground. 26 rush yards and 14 attempts. Passing not a heck of a lot better. Brennan Meyer 7 for 14 with 72 yards on the day. Their second drive was the one that resulted in a field goal. They looked good there, Tim. They just ate up a bunch of the clock, but
which is fine. It's just you got to get points and not turn it over. The turnover right there obviously was a kick in the nuts. But you got to recover from that, and you got to come back and make something happen again. And
13-3. Owen Shying, the kicker. Towson, Maryland native. I don't see that every day. Shying as Robinson will get underneath it. Robinson along the sideline, tiptoes, stay in, and he's brought out just past the 30-yard line. So it'll be Around 35, 40 yards at least to get into field goal range here, Tim. How do you draw this up? You consider starting with the run or
I mean,
air it out?
They've had success with those little touch passes with the guy in motion. But you need a chunk play. Obviously, you'd like to get a chunk play. And haven't had much time to do that. Their defensive line's gotten through. Really haven't had to bring a ton of pressure. And when they have raw pressure, it's gotten home. So, yeah, if you're Bryant, it's got to be quick. I wouldn't mind seeing a screen. But it's got to be a quick play. How much time are you going to get to drop back and throw it?
Bryant will have 100 seconds to try to get something on the board. They go trips right as Meyer will explore venturing out of the pocket. He'll get out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Good gain for Meyer to bring up second and short.
Yeah, you don't mind that. And again, Towson doesn't bring pressure, and they do a great job in coverage. Nowhere to throw the ball. They wanted to come back to this side. 32, the outside linebacker, does a great job getting underneath. You'll see it here on the replay. He buzzes underneath that route, and there's nowhere for it to go.
Clock stays idle at 1:32. Elliott, the tailback. Meyer dropping back, dodges a rusher. He'll take it right up the gut again. He goes head-to-head with C.J. McClendon. He's down at the 45-yard line. Clock stops at 1:24 to get the chains up.
Another good decision, tucking that one nowhere to go. They do bring 5 that time.
Meyer back again. Meyer's got all day. He'll find a flat to Elijah Elliott again, and they'll get a couple of yards here. Brings up second down. They're just short of midfield.
It's a nice job spreading the field out, making them cover sideline to sideline and depth. You can tell Towson's pretty well coached defense. And they're not blowing zones. There are guys running around wide open.
Second down, Meyer. Go to the left-hand side as Aldridge Doe. What a catch.
Yeah.
They get a foot down at the 42-yard line.
Nice ball right on time. I mean, the 2 outs, right? The short out and the deep out. I thought he was going to go to the short out. Good decision to go to the deeper one.
Good play to get him out of bounds as well by Miles Brody, the cornerback, who was all CAA third team last year. Meyer rolling right. He'll air it out to Riley. It's complete at about the 22-yard line. Had a lot of airtime on that one, but simply because Riley just used his speed and quickness to get it.
It's one of those ones you want to see him maybe put it on him. Obviously, the defender in the way, right? So give him some more space to turn upfield.
59 seconds to go now.
Now you can be a little more creative, right, with your play call, because you can be in bounds. You got 2 timeouts left.
Meyer trying to shrug off the sack, and it's incomplete. Pocket completely collapsed.
That was really bad by the right tackle. That was just, that's one of those ones in film. You're just going to look at it and be like, dude, what are you doing? I like the concept of the play call. It was just one of those things the right tackle's got to hold up. They bring a guy, they only rush 4, right? But the 3 down linemen, they bring the backside linebacker. You expect a little more protection.
Rare miscue from Ryan Dirksen, the senior who came over from San Diego State. And Chris Merritt has said that guy looks like a CAA football player. He sure does. 6'6".
Big dude.
Meyer back. Another blown play from Dirksen, but doesn't matter. Touchdown! What a ball to Elijah Elliott out of the backfield. He gets his second touchdown of the year, and Bryant's on the board.
Yeah, well thrown ball, really. You got to give him credit because he sees the pocket collapse. He throws it. Good play call. Nice job, convert.
Here's a look at the replay. Elliott out of the backfield just does a nice wheel. He's wide open down there.
Well thrown ball, especially with all that pressure coming right at you.
Elijah Elliott hit the portal. Chris Merritt said he vetted him out extensively. Heard a lot of great stuff from his coaches as Bryce Soley misses the PAT. It's the first missed PAT of the year for Bryant. They came in 15 for 15. That ends today.
That's one of the things you got to compete, right? It's just way you got to keep going. Nothing's free. And you can't make mistakes against Towson. It's just not gonna be. It's not gonna be successful.
And now it's a two field goal game and a 1 touchdown game. Obviously erases it, but potential wrinkle that could have some effects down the road. 13-9. You have that as a halftime score coming into today?
No, I didn't. I don't think Vegas did either.
48 seconds to go. Towson will have an opportunity to get something on the board. They left them enough time. Brennan Meyer, a real nice drive he put together there. He's now 11 for 19 with 127 yards. Sacked only once on the day.
Interesting to see what Towson's going to do, right? They get 2 timeouts, but they get the ball back to start the half. How aggressive do they want to be? They want to try to double up, or are they going to be content saying, hey, we're okay. Let's go sit in the AC for a little while and figure it out.
Andrew Indorf on the other side, 6 for 16 on the Towson end. We'll see how quickly they want to push the tempo. Towson calls poison as Lucas Londano will forego it. A little bit of shatter on the sideline there after. Bryant says a late hit.
A little feistiness.
Yeah.
It's all right. Well, Towson knows Bryant hasn't won a CAA game yet. It's one of those things you're not going to beat us for it. And, they're still the big boys on campus.
Towson, again, just 12 years removed from an appearance in the FCS national title game. Pete Shinnick, though, is only his 3rd year at Towson. He was hired in December 2022, and there was a leadership change. Ryan Ambrose was out. Last year produced Towson's first 7-win season since 2019 and their first winning CAA record in quite some time as well. Carter Runyon, multiple-time All-American, got signed as a free agent by the Raiders this offseason as well. What a play there by Nathan LaPlante.
Just stood him up.
Carved right through those Volkswagen buses, as Chris Mara calls them. And LaPlante, the junior from Taunton, Massachusetts, with a big takedown. And let's see if Pete Shinnick just calls his team off the field. 15 seconds and counting.
Yeah, that should do it.
And they'll call him back in. All intents and purposes, that'll end the half. Bryant chasing 4 in the locker room. Towson 13 and Bryant 9. A little bit of wind in the sails, something to hang your hat on. Towson gets the football back.
Right.
Of course, this next half. Bryant comes up with a touchdown on their final drive.
Which is huge, right? I mean, you think about it, and they get in there, they can run that offense, and you can give them a ton of credit for getting there and converting, especially with that much pressure coming right at you and your pocket collapsing. So good drive. Obviously, you should have all the momentum in the world. You should feel good about yourselves right now. If you're Bryant, if you're Towson, you're going to be a little frustrated and say, hey, we shouldn't be in this situation, but we are.
Towson almost doubling up Bryant in rush yards. That's an area you'd think Bryant would like to have back.
I'm kind of not surprised by that one. It's one of those things where I get here today and I find some of the Bryant coaches. I'm like, hey, can we run it today? They were optimistic about it.
Towson's got a great front, and it has shown. 13-9, Bryant has certainly struggled. We're going to send it down to Jessica Queenie on the sideline. Jessica, take it away. here at halftime. This is CAA football on Flo.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
The CAA is committed to educating its student athletes and fans on mental health awareness.
Studies have shown that nearly 1/3 of student athletes struggle with their mental health.
Less than half feel comfortable seeking help.
If you are experiencing a mental health condition, please know that you are not alone.
Some things we do for our mental health are go outside,
read and run,
Go to the beach. Hanging out with my teammates.
For more information on mental health resources, please visit NCAA.
At Service Credit Union, we believe that your life is a story. And like most stories, every chapter brings something different. A new adventure, a new calling, a new hero, and even a new beginning. No matter what page you're on, we'll be with you. Service Credit Union.
Let's talk about SAC. SAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We get to connect between teams, communities, administration at the CAA conference and the NCAA.
Our group is comprised of student athletes from different sports who represent the voice, opinions, concerns, and interests of our group.
CAA SAC provides an opportunity to enhance our leadership abilities.
We make an impact on our team.
We make an impact on our campuses.
We make an impact in our communities. We are CAA SAC.
Welcome back to CAA football on Flo. Jake Zimmer alongside Tim Lynch. Towson up 13-9 on Bryant. The clear delta, Tim, although Bryant picked up a bunch of chunk passing plays that last time, it's been all Towson, especially on the ground game.
Yeah, you're doubling them up, but it's one of those things. If you're Bryant, you give up 84 yards rushing. You're not, staying up at night. It's one of those things where, hey, we're okay. And we just got to keep doing what we're doing. You got to get off blocks a little bit quicker. The thing that worries you, right, offensively, hey, we can run the ball for 84 yards. We grind on them instead of 84 in the second half. It's 120. So there's two ways to look at it. Bryant's going to have to run blitz a little bit more. But again, the passing game, if you're Bryant, you're okay with that. And you get guys open, you throw them open. The quarterback's done a great job. You like to see Bryant's offensive line do a little bit better and give the quarterback a little bit more time because that last drive was pretty lucky. To be honest with you. So you got to see a little more consistency from the Bryant offensive line. But Bryant's defensive line, you're pretty happy with them. The first downs, I'm a little surprised. Didn't feel like it, to be honest with you. Watching the game and calling the game, it really didn't feel like 9 first downs apiece. So, probably because the running game was a little bit more effective with Towson. But again, it's just one of those things. If you're Bryant, you're okay with the stats where they are right now.
Another surprising thing, Bryant outpossessing Towson 14-18 to 12-21. What do you see in there?
That's Bryant's recipe to win. I mean, if you take away that turnover from Bryant and say, they get 2 first downs a punt, I mean, it's not the time of possession is going to be more lopsided than it is. So, unfortunately for Bryant, they had that turnover, and Towson capitalized. You can't give good teams extra possessions. They do capitalize, and that's one of those things where if you're Towson, you hope Bryant puts it on the ground again, but Bryant's got to come up with a turnover if they have a chance to win.
Bryant's recipe to win there, the turnovers and the run game. You see the 41 on the column there. How do they get that into a more favorable spot?
That's the tough one, right? I don't know. There's no plays, right, you can draw up. I mean, you got to get in guys' grills and you got to run it. Again, when we talked about it briefly towards the end of the first quarter, some of those snaps just seemed a little bit off. It seemed to throw the timing of the run game off a little bit. Didn't really notice the snaps as an issue in the second quarter. But so if you can be a little consistent with that, and again, we're talking about a half second here, but I mean, you miss a hole by a half second. Guess what? There's a difference between a 12-yard run and a 2-yard run. So you got to be on time.
We'll take a quick break. Towson 13, Bryant 9. Here's a word from our partners here on Flo.
Black Bear Nation, let's ride.
Go Tigers.
We are Hampton U.
You ready to go?
As one. Fly Hawks.
Tap the rock, baby.
At Geek Prod, roll ups, baby.
Phoenix Rising.
3 more feet. Good try. Go Dogs!
One team, one heart.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
The CAA is committed to educating its student athletes and fans on mental health awareness.
Studies have shown that nearly 1/3 of student athletes struggle with their mental health.
Less than half feel comfortable seeking help.
If you are experiencing a mental health condition, please know that you are not alone.
Some things we do for our mental health are go outside,
Read and run. Go to the beach. Hanging out with my teammates.
For more information on mental health resources, please visit ncaa.org.
Let's talk about SAC. SAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We get to connect between teams, communities, administration at the CAA conference and the NCAA.
Our group is comprised of student athletes from different sports who represent the voice, opinions, concerns, and interests of our group.
CAA SAC provides an opportunity to enhance our leadership abilities.
We make an impact on our team.
We make an impact on our campuses.
We make an impact in our communities. We are CAA SAC.
Black Bear Nation, let's ride.
Go Tigers.
We are Hampton U.
You ready? You know?
As one. Fly Hawks.
Tap the rock, baby.
At Geek Prod, roll ups, baby.
Phoenix Rising.
3 more feet.
Good try.
Go Dogs!
One team, one heart.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
The CAA is committed to educating its student athletes and fans on mental health awareness.
Studies have shown that nearly 1/3 of student athletes struggle with their mental health.
Less than half feel comfortable seeking help.
If you are experiencing a mental health condition, please know that you are not alone.
Some things we do for our mental health are go outside,
Read and run. Go to the beach. Hanging out with my teammates.
For more information on mental health resources, please visit ncaa.org.
Let's talk about SAC. SAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We get to connect between teams, communities, administration at the CAA conference and the NCAA.
Our group is comprised of student athletes from different sports who represent the voice, opinions, concerns, and interests of our group.
CAA SAC provides an opportunity to enhance our leadership abilities.
We make an impact on our team.
We make an impact on our campuses.
We make an impact in our communities. We are CAA SAC.
Welcome back to Burns Stadium, 13-9 in favor of Towson over Bryant. Jake Zimmer and Tim Lynch here, happy to be with you. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Well, for Bryant, Tim, not a bad start as they ended up going 3 and out, but then followed up with a field goal. Here's a couple of look at the highlights from the first half. What'd you notice overall from Bryant those first couple of drives?
I mean, kind of what you expected, right? A little blue collar, kind of grinding things out. And you'd like to see the start a little bit better, but it's just one of those things. And did a nice job on the second drive, obviously getting yardage. I like Towson trying to onside kick the after their field goal. So it's just one of those things. A nice job, Matt's taking advantage of the short field. You got to give them credit. And it's just one of those things where Bryant, you're happy if you're Bryant right now. It's one of those games. You got to win the turnover battle. They got to come up with one here in the second half if they want to have a chance to win this game, in my opinion.
Field goals go back and forth. The first 9 points of the games are on field goals. Staunch defense or just inability to finish on both sides?
I give both defenses a ton of credit. It's just one of the things where they do a good job. No big plays, right? What's the biggest play in the game so far? None really stick out. Obviously, the touchdown pass was a big play, but I mean, you think about it. It's definitely nobody's caught it and run, or hasn't been a running back run for 40 yards, and there hasn't been a throw where a guy just outruns people. It's just been grind away here, grind away here. 18 first downs in the first half, obviously tied up with 9 apiece, but it's just a blue-collar type game, and we'll see how it goes out towards the end.
Get you set for the second half, and we're back here on Flo.
Black Bear Nation, let's ride.
Go Tigers.
We are Hampton U.
You know.
As one.
Fly Hawks.
Tap the rock, baby. At Geek Prod. Roll ups, baby.
Phoenix Rising.
3 more feet.
Go Tribe.
Go Dogs. One team, one heart.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
The CAA is committed to educating its student athletes and fans on mental health awareness.
Studies have shown that nearly 1/3 of student athletes struggle with their mental health.
Less than half feel comfortable seeking help.
If you are experiencing a mental health condition, please know that you are not alone.
Some things we do for our mental health are go outside,
Read and run.
Go to the beach. Hang out with my teammates.
For more information on mental health resources, please visit ncaa.org.
Let's talk about SAC. SAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We get to connect between teams, communities, administration, the CAA conference, and the NCAA.
Our group is comprised of student athletes from different sports who represent the voice, opinions, concerns, and interests of our group.
CAA SAC provides an opportunity to enhance our leadership abilities.
We make an impact on our team.
We make an impact on our campuses.
We make an impact in our communities. We are CAA SAC.
Welcome back to Burns Stadium. Jake Zimmer and Tim Lynch here. You take a look at the quarterback numbers as Brennan Meyer leading the way over Andrew Indorf. And this is a guy, Tim, that has progressed a bunch at the helm of the Bryant offense here. Brennan Meyer put together a solid drive to salvage that first half. Looks pretty good against Andrew Indorf, who just struggled to find his rhythm other than handing the ball off.
Yeah, no, the 6 completions, right? And it's just he's thrown it well enough when he's had to. It's just not consistent, as I would think Towson would want him to be, and just hasn't found his rhythm. It's one of those things where Bryant's corners have really played well to this point. He's had well-thrown balls, but the Bryant corner's been there to make plays on the ball and just not giving those guys enough room.
37.5% for Andrew Indorf. This is a guy that still is getting comfortable and sort of in the same stages as development. What do you want to see from him from Towson?
It's just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, just be consistent. Don't mess it up, right? Just don't put the ball where it shouldn't go, and give the guys in space. That's all they're trying to do with him, and just do enough not to disrupt it. He's a young guy. They've given him a lot now. Let's be honest. But he hasn't made any mistakes. It's just be consistent and play within yourself, and like I said, just give the ball to guys in space. That's all you can do.
So just 30 seconds here as the clock rolling down for the halftime break. We'll stick with you. Jake Zimmer alongside Tim Lynch. Happy to be with you on a picture-perfect day here in Smithfield. It is 75 degrees here at the end of September. How about that? 62% humidity, a little bit of a gust. A lot to be excited about here at Bryant with the opening of the Navigant Credit Union Fieldhouse, where we're calling the game today. Expanded stadium seating over here as well.
Nice little step up from where we've been the past couple of years.
Credit to how much this university has developed. You get a glimpse of the Burn Strength and Conditioning Center on the other side of the stadium in the south end zone. Bryant, having received the football to start the first half, will kick it to start off the second.
Interesting what adjustments both teams have made. I mean, that's just one of those things I always find interesting, what you can do with the first possession after the half.
Lucas Londano will motion to fair catch it inside the 10-yard line, and that is where the Tigers will start things off in half number 2. Andrew Indorf, 6'1", 195 freshman from Miami, Florida, came in today 62 for 103 with 6 touchdowns and 2 interceptions for just over 750 yards in 4 games. has struggled to find his footing today, but the performance of his two running backs, Al Wooten II and Kamarion Battles, has bailed out the Tigers here. 2 field goals and an Al Wooten touchdown is what composes the scoring for Towson as they hand it to Al Wooten, who gets to the 30-yard line.
The safety does a nice job coming downhill to make that tackle, but he got to get more of a piece of him. And he gets another 4 yards after the contact, which is his game. I mean, that's the kind of running back that he is. But defensively, you'd like to see them come down, and you got to make that tackle a little bit quicker.
Endorf will hand it off again. Wooten playing so downhill as he gets to around the 40.
Almost tackled for a loss. Does a nice job avoiding that. Nice move, but it's just one of those things. You shoot your gap and you miss the tackle. This is what happens. They pick up a first down. It's just one of those things where if you're going to do it, you got to make the tackle, which he normally does. It's just one of those things.
Play action. Endorf, pocket collapsing. Audi hits him as he throws. Flag comes down in the backfield afterwards. Let's see if they rule a roughing the passer or if this is something on Towson.
What? How is that roughing the passer? Oh.
Michael Audi rung up for roughing the passer, call which he definitely disagrees with down on the field.
I struggle with that one. I don't know where the roughing the passer was. It's a big penalty. I mean, that's 15 yards and a first down, and it's so I don't watch the NFL anymore. I still no explanation. Whatever.
Michael Audi, one of the veterans on this team, rung up for a roughing.
Yeah, it makes a nice play, gets through his block, makes a nice hit on the quarterback. And somehow it's first and 15. First and 10.
Just past midfield, here's Al Wooten again. Comes up just short of the 40-yard line.
Start putting bubble wrap on people. But again, nice run on first down, picks up 4 yards. I'm more of an old school guy. Hey, you got a guy with a hot hand, feed it to him, especially that kind of frame. It hurts to tackle somebody like that.
Second and 7. Al Wooten brought down by Lonnie Rice to bring up 3rd and short.
And for Towson, plus territory, right? Good field position. You still got the whole playbook if you want to go up. As they try to go quick here.
Towson's going to push the tempo. They try to get Wooten in the backfield, but he fights for those extra couple of yards, gets to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, good call by Coach Parisi. You just got to make that tackle. I mean, you come through, you're unblocked. Nice run blitz. You got to make that tackle.
Audi comes to the sideline frustrated. There's a bit of a change in personnel up on the front for Bryant. Max Villar back out there with Michael Grant. Good to see him back out there after coming off an injury earlier in the game. They'll go to Reynolds. He's wrapped up and pushed out by Azrael Justa.
Yeah, nice blocking by the outside receiver. That was a nice job. He's got a chance to pick away 8 on first down. It's like Towson's trying to be just a little bit more meticulous on this drive. It's just a nice job of getting to the line and getting positive yards on first down for Towson.
Bryant has only allowed 9 points in the third quarter across their 4 games. This is by far their strongest quarter in terms of defense. The first bit of the season, a great play to stop the impending rush from Xavier Belton, the junior. At this crew up front, it's Villar, the captain, Belton, Nathan LaPlante, who had a great stop earlier.
He did.
And then Gideon Bededa, the transfer from Murray State.
So Bryant wants to bring pressure here.
On 3rd and short. Play action. There goes Indorf to the right. They'll try to air it out to Doss, and broken up by Olatunde Maparu. Doss campaigning for a pass interference. He will do so unsuccessfully. An excellent breakup for Tunde Maparu.
Yeah, there's no face guarding in college. There's nothing wrong with that. Talking to the rest before the game, they're definitely guys who like to let guys play. It's just like they even admitted that nobody came here to watch them be referees. They watched the guys come here to play football. So solid covers on the outside.
4th down.
Oh, Bryant forgot to cover the receiver up top.
And look at this, he's wide open, Doss! What a play. Flag down. Let's see, the only thing I can think of is either offsides or an illegal formation.
They didn't cover, he never went off the field. They just didn't cover him.
That's a major lapse from the Bryant defense there on 4th down. Jason Doss was wide open on the right-hand side. Sean Hunt had just tried to catch up to him.
I was sitting there watching, I'm like, they got to cover that guy.
Pete Shinnick, you can see him at the top of your frame. He is livid at the officials.
I agree with him.
I mean, are they going to call illegal formation or see Jeremy D'Angelo?
After further discussion on the field, there is no foul. The result of play is touchdown.
So touchdown, Jason Doss. That is a completely mental lapse from Bryant.
Man, if you're the corner, you always look outside in, right? If you're responsible for number 1 receiver, you got to go get the number 1 receiver.
Number 47, Kenny Williams on for the extra point.
Which is tough. I mean, that's a 4th down play.
Towson increases to 7 for 8 on 4th down this year. 88%. Kick is up and good.
And the kick is good.
For Williams. 20-9. Towson over Bryant. We're back after this here on Flo.
The CAA is committed to educating its student-athletes and fans on mental health awareness.
Studies have shown that nearly 1/3 of student-athletes struggle with their mental health.
Less than half feel comfortable seeking help.
If you are experiencing a mental health condition, please know that you are not alone.
Some things we do for our mental health are go outside,
read and run,
go to the beach, hang out with my teammates.
For more information on mental health resources, please visit ncaa.org.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
Let's talk about SAC. SAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We get to connect between teams, communities, administration at the CAA conference, and the NCAA.
Our group is comprised of student athletes from different sports who represent the voice, opinions, concerns, and interests of our group.
CAA SAC provides an opportunity to enhance our leadership abilities.
We make an impact on our team.
We make an impact on our campuses.
We make an impact in our communities. We are CAA SAC.
20-9 in favor of Towson here in the 3rd quarter. Towson takes a gamble on 4th down. Bryant leaves their defense out, and they forget to cover the most explosive guy on the roster, Jason Doss.
Probably the best receiver on the field. It's one of those things you got to find him on every play. Do a great job covering him on 3rd down. All of a sudden, how do you forget to cover him on 4th? So, I mean, hey, stuff happens. You got to figure it out. You got to pick it up and go for the next one. So, but if you're Towson, they're not going to get one easier than that.
Bryant has punted on 3 of their drives so far today. Elijah Williams, momentum takes him into the end zone, he takes it out. Williams struggling, and he is down at the 10-yard line, brought down swiftly by the Towson special teams unit. 1st and 10. Here's a look at the replay. On that 4th down play, they line up. Just one problem. Jason Doss is wide open on the right-hand side. Sean Hunt, nothing he can do about that.
No, that's the corner, 100%. That's corner. That's, like I said, you're never going to get easier one than that one. So.
No easy feat for Bryant now, trying to right the ship. Their last drive resulted in a touchdown. It's a 51-second drive. 7 plays, went 70 yards down the field. Meyer will start it off with Elijah Elliott right up the gut. And picks up a gain of around 20. Solid day from Elliott so far.
Yeah, consistent downhill. Nice block at the point of attack by the guard. You catch him too deep, might as well.
Elliott again. This time he's quickly brought down by Aaron Clark. Clark, 6 foot, 300-pound freshman from Hurricane, West Virginia, has come into his own this year. Comes up with a tackle there. There's an injury down on the field. And separately, as well on the Bryant offensive side, looks like an injury as well.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Looks like it's Marcus Williams, the left tackle.
Definitely a shoulder. The wind knocked out of him, maybe. Bounced right back up.
It was C.J. McClendon that comes off the field for the Tigers. 26 tackles coming into today. One of 2 guys on the roster that transferred in from Northeast Oklahoma to A&M, the JUCO level. It's a team of all walks of life, this Towson Tigers group. A lot of transfers on this defensive core group. Of course, the same can be said for Bryant. You got Western Kentucky among some other schools there. Aldrich Doe popped on the near sideline. Jemez Drummer shoves him out of bounds.
Good ball.
What's impressed you most about Brendan Meyer today?
Yeah, when he's able to plant his foot and throw, he does a good job. And some of the stuff when he's outside the pocket, I mean, the way he creates has been good. I like to see him convert a little bit more, but yeah, just a little bit more consistency this week than I've seen in the past.
Still going to have some growing pains, as Chris Merritt says. Again, was a guy that had to sort of be the everything guy in high school, and only recently had the keys handed to him about 3/4 of the way through last season. Jarrett Guest came in as a transfer and then was hurt. And Meyer got the keys to the program, if you will. He's rolling right, fires, tries to find Riley. It's incomplete.
See, I like that throw, right? It's not there. Throw it away. And you live to fight another day. That's all right.
6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions coming into today. Bit of a mixed bag for Meyer so far, but one thing's for sure, you can tell he's a bit more comfortable out there. Second and 10. Lone backer is Dylan Kedzior, and it's a false start on Bryant.
Definitely not what you need.
Guilty party from Bryant is John Fadgley, who comes in at the center position. They slide over Anthony Perez to left guard, who is doing the center duties for most of the day so far. A lot of shifting on this offensive line as well.
Yes. You got to find a good matchup, right, in terms of who's playing well, who knows what they're doing, and who can play consistently.
Ryan Dirksen, the right tackle, after a couple miscues, slid over to right guard. And they bring in Jake Waltman Jr. to play right tackle. Dylan Kedzior trying to recover the yards lost on the penalty. Does just about that on the 5 yards. They'll bring up 3rd and 10 at the 45.
Looked early like he might get more yards on that. Towson's got great speed on the back end. They do a nice job coming up making a tackle for a 5.5-yard gain. Early it looked like that was going to be a big gainer.
It's been Jamez Drummer and Branson Peters leading the way, 6 tackles apiece in the linebacker positions. Meyer to Riley.
Oh, that might go.
Riley's got a blocker in front of him, but he's quickly gunned down by Shamar Graham. Great job of catching another gear. Was the outside linebacker,
yes,
Graham.
That was a great tackle. I think if he stayed pressed on this side, he had 3 offensive linemen in front of him. I thought he had a shot to go for a little bit, but
Graham, again, no shortage of high-powered defense. 264 tackles in a couple of seasons at Virginia Union.
Looks like Coach Mayer might be thinking of throwing the flag for the spot. Got it in his hand.
4th and 2. Keenan in motion, up the gut to Kedzior, who's going to fight for it. And they come up short.
It depends. If they give to if this guy does the spot here, I think they're right on the line. If it's the spot up top, the far side of the field,
it's close.
Who'd they?
They'll take the spot of the far sideline, though.
There you go. They weren't level. Thought he got it with a late push, but came up just a little bit short. Good defense if you're Towson.
This Towson defense has been a little bit leaky on 4th down as well. They've only made a stop 33% of the time. They've let opponents convert 6 out of the 9 times they've attempted, so make it 6-10. And the defense comes up with a big stop here. They'll give it back to Andrew Indorf, the freshman quarterback. Play action. They'll go with a screen for John Dunmore, the true possession guy of the Tigers offense. And a gain of about 3. Dunmore, in large part, they're coming over from Oregon State. Has been the guy that Indorf has preferred this year. 157 yards, 3 touchdowns on 15 receptions for Dunmore coming into today.
That's good defense. I thought that had a chance to go as well. I love the underneath receiver screens.
A few clouds settling in Smithfield, otherwise a perfect day. As they'll find Cleveland Charlton fighting for the extra yardage. Gain of about 10. Some pushing and shoving afterwards as Adi breaks it up. It's a veteran knowing that they need to keep the personnel on the field. And it's a 1st down.
Yeah, aggressive penalties are fine. It's the stupid penalties aren't.
Indorf now 9 for 20 on the day, 98 yards and a touchdown. About 48%. Wooten up the gut. Not an insignificant gain for Towson. Brings up 2nd and 6.
And if Colin plays on offense, you'll take that. Yeah, you're bleeding the clock, you got to lead. I mean, that's just, if you're Towson, you're happy.
Towson's offensive line has been good. Very minimal TFLs and no sacks so far. As Jarvis Jones is pancaked over on the right-hand side. Redshirt sophomore transferred in from UConn. Had some catches against Norfolk State and Maryland this year. Adds another here. Doesn't pick up much.
I kind of hate to say it right now, but this is a big play in the game, right?
Number 12, Jarvis Jones.
Yeah, you have to think if they move the chains and it eventually results in a score, this game looks a lot different for Bryant than you're playing from far behind.
Yeah, this is a big. I mean, as far as I'm concerned,
whereas they make a stop, it could be a 2-possession game.
Yeah.
Empty backfield for Indorf. Looking left, pocket collapsing in front of him. He's got some space on the left-hand side now.
Nice
trying
catch.
to fire to Perkins, and it's complete. Great ball from Andrew Indorf. Even better catch from Perkins.
Yeah, really nice catch. Nice job getting open, right? Bryant does a great job playing coverage. Quarterback had it all day to throw it. Moves around in the pocket well. I think he was surprised he wasn't sacked. Does a nice job checking and throwing it down. Jeez, that's a great catch.
Perkins came in with exactly 1 catch in every game on the year so far. Junior from Laurel, Maryland, over the 100-yard marker on the year now. Jason Doss with Jalen Johnson, the pace transfer in on the coverage. It's incomplete.
Except for the one blunder, the corners I thought have played well today.
It's the defensive back room that underwent a major overhaul. They had 2 guys hit the portal in the offseason, Lake Ellis and Eddie Jackson, the third. Coach Merritt said Olatunde and Paru stepped up big time with some leadership, and then the additions of Jalen Johnson, who you saw break up the pass there, was big. But Paru's going to have an opportunity to get down the receiver here, and indeed he does. Jason Doss is stopped just short of the first. He'll bring up 3rd down and short here inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Nick came into today's game a little nicked up, so I mean, you guys have been out there, have done a good job.
Had great marks for Jalen Johnson and Liam Lindo in particular. Great matchup guys, he called them. You saw a couple of breakups here. Johnson will draw the matchup of Doss now, and it'll be a false start on Towson down inside the 10.
It's frustrating for the Towson play caller.
Couldn't quite make out Jeremy D'Angelo there, but it appeared it was Gene Germain, 6'6", 355, grad student at right guard.
Kind of hard to miss when he moves.
Huge bodies up front for Towson.
They brought 4 buses up here. I mean, I think the offensive line gets their own.
It's a formidable offensive line. Coach Merritt called them really the epitome of what a CAA program really is.
I mean, that's pregame.
Physical, strong,
yeah,
everything.
Just look at them pregame. It's just like, those dudes are big.
Indorf on 3rd, shrugs off a sack. Flag on the play. They throw it to Perkins, who tips it. It's incomplete. Let's see what the flag is.
Holding.
They will decline the holding on Joda Nelson, the center. And they'll send the field goal unit out. On 4th and quite a bit.
It's kind of weird to say this too. That's a good hold. I mean, it really was by the offensive lineman. If he doesn't hold him there, the quarterback gets hit pretty hard.
Caden Williams from about 27. He's made 2 so far today, his longest at 45. Bryce LaFollette the holds. Williams, a perfect 3 for 3 on the day, makes it 23-9, a 14-point game here in Smithfield. 3:34 on the clock. Towson up by 2 touchdowns.
The CAA is committed to educating its student athletes and fans on mental health awareness.
Studies have shown that nearly 1/3 of student athletes struggle with their mental health.
Less than half feel comfortable seeking help.
If you are experiencing a mental health condition, please know that you are not alone.
Some things we do for our mental health are go outside,
read and run, go to the beach, hang out with my teammates.
For more information on mental health resources, please visit ncaa.org.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely. in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
Let's talk about SAC. SAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We get to connect between teams, communities, administration at the CAA conference, and the NCAA.
Our group is comprised of student athletes from different sports who represent the voice, opinions, concerns, and interests of our group.
CAA SAC provides an opportunity to enhance our leadership abilities.
We make an impact on our team.
We make an impact on our campuses.
We make an impact in our communities. We are CAA SAC.
Most other CAA football teams in action today. So far, New Hampshire blanking UAlbany 21-0 in the fourth quarter.
Ooh, all right.
Elon over Hampton 17-6. That's in the second quarter. It's 6:16 left to go. All others in action later today. Western Carolina will play Campbell. North Carolina A&T at Maine. William and Mary at Villanova. And then Merrimack at Stony Brook all at 3:30. Rhode Island on the road at Western Michigan on ESPN Plus later tonight at 6:30. Short kick again. This time, all over it is a Towson kick unit. It'll stop at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, no fair catch that time, apparently.
Max Nosler, his second kick return of the day.
That was good. Good field position for Bryant. I mean, you're happy here. I mean, that's just one of those things where you gotta, offensively, you just gotta get going. I mean, they haven't done much here in the third quarter.
Max Nosler, no touches as a tight end so far this year. Sporting the number of a great Bryant tight end and Mark Taglieri. Several others that have worn 88 over your years coaching. As Kedzior finally picks up his first sizable gain of about 7 yards.
Yeah, Alex Chaparro would stick out to me, but a little bias on that one.
Who's the best tight end you've coached at Bryant?
Well, it's been a mixture, right? Alex Chaparro was probably the toughest. Matt Tracy obviously is All-American. Tyler DiGiovanni was probably the best blocker. Doug Emergent was a nice mixture of all of those things. So it's been it was a great room to coach. I'm never going to lie.
We had Matt Tracy on our broadcast last year. Brennan Meyer, pocket totally crumbled and sacked. A porous offensive line there as Elijah Tarleton, his first sack of the year.
Yeah, they dial it up a little bit. Towson does bring pressure. And Bryant, you got to find a way to block it just a little bit longer, and you got to give the receivers just a little bit more time to get open.
This Towson defense, as we've described, as playmakers across really all levels. Name we haven't called much of is Jason Shiggs in the backfield, sporting 7. It's been a great, strong safety for them this year. It's been in on a couple of coverages so far today. Firing over the middle is Meyer. And this time he finds Todd Phillips, the grad student wide receiver. Transferred in from Seton Hill. And he'll bring up a first down.
Small D2.
Not to be confused with Seton Hall.
No relation.
Phillips part of a wide receiver room that has a lot of catches up for grabs from last year. Landon Ruggieri, one of the best in Bryant program history, off through graduation. Meyer, the play action. Doe with the reception. Gain of about 20 for Aldridge Doe's, putting together himself a nice game.
There he is. Ball well thrown, right on time. Good play fake. I thought he was going to hand it off.
Fourth catch of the day for Doe. Gets about to the 50-yard marker. Nice play for Doe there. As you can see, Towson team up to tackle him. It'll be a first down with just about a minute left to go here in the third. Getting down to crunch time for Bryant. For now, They'll hand it to Elijah Elliott, who gets just past the 20 and into the red zone. The Bulldogs go.
And we talked about field goal's not really going to help you here. I mean, you really got to come up with 7 or 8. If you want to go for 2, you got to start chasing points here a little bit.
And if you come up with 7, it still comes out to a 7-point game. So I don't know how inclined they'll be to go for 2, but who knows? Meyer, on second down, hands it off to Elliott, who finds some turf on the right-hand side. Elliott trying to chase down Shiggs. And Shiggs and Elliott exchange some pleasantries afterwards. It's a first down for the Bulldogs.
This is one of those things, I don't know how much you trust kickers after they miss extra points.
It's a very good point. Bryce Soley's been otherwise pretty good this year. Merritt will pull his team off the field, try to get down the other way. That's the end of the third. Towson 23 and Bryant 9. Bryant knocking on the door to make this a one-possession game. We're back after this. It's CAA football on Flo.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
The CAA is committed to educating its student athletes and fans on mental health awareness.
Studies have shown that nearly 1/3 of student athletes struggle with their mental health.
Less than half feel comfortable seeking help.
If you are experiencing a mental health condition, please know that you are not alone.
Some things we do for our mental health are go outside,
read and run,
go to the beach, hanging out with my teammates.
For more information on mental health resources, please visit ncaa.org.
At Service Credit Union, we believe that your life is a story. And like most stories, every chapter brings something different. A new adventure, a new calling, a new hero, and even a new beginning. No matter what page you're on, we'll be with you. Service Credit Union.
Let's talk about SAC. SAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We get to connect between teams, communities, administration at the CAA conference, and the NCAA.
Our group is comprised of student athletes from different sports who represent the voice, opinions, concerns, and interests of our group.
CAA SAC provides an opportunity to enhance our leadership abilities.
We make an impact on our team.
We make an impact on our campuses.
We make an impact in our communities. We are CAA SAC.
Towson up by 2 scores on Bryant. Happy to have you with us. Jake Zimmer aside former Bryant assistant coach Tim Lynch.
Bryant's got a goat here. I mean, they look like they're going unbalanced. Interesting what they try to do.
Bryant inside the 15-yard line. 7 points would go such a long way as Elliott shrugs off his own lineman, finds a totally open right side of the field, and it's a touchdown for Bryant. Turning chaos into opportunity are the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I thought he should have cut it back early. He bounces around a little bit and it does a nice job.
They'll take him however they can get him. That's the second touchdown of the day for Elijah Elliott.
And that's one thing you talk about this Bryant team. As he comes back around and picks up a block. I don't think it would have mattered, but does a nice job getting in the end zone. But this team's not going to quit. I mean, that's just one of the things Coach Merritt and the staff do a great job. Hey, we're going to play all 4 quarters.
Bryce Soley, who missed a PAT earlier, drains this one. 7-point game here in Smithfield. That was a big drive for a Bulldogs team. Just trying to keep this competitive down the stretch.
Yeah, that changes the game, right? Makes things a lot more competitive. Towson can't take a break and breathe easy. We're up by 2 scores. Towson's still got to play all 4. And that's one of those things. Hopefully that long bus ride, if you're a Bryant fan, that long bus ride, even though everybody got their own row, they can. It adds up. I mean, that's not fun riding that 7-hour bus ride. It's not fun. And being from the D.C. area, I'd much rather hop on a 45-minute flight than a 7-hour bus ride. I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, Bryant, they're not going to quit. Even though they're outmanned, right? You look at the roster and you say, hey, I want to coach this team or coach that team. You know, right now you're taking that Towson team. But, again, Bryant, they still have that fight in them. They're going to play hard. It's part of the process.
Pete Shinnick was very forward in his media availability, and credit to the Towson Athletics Department for putting out a real quality interview with Pete Shinnick every week and their radio folks. He told us it was really clear that when we watched them on our crossover field, Chris Merritt has done a great job this year of turning things around. Yeah. Pete Shinnick was very forward of saying, look, they did not have a good team last year. No. And he said this year it's like a total 180 essentially.
A lot more speed. I mean, defensively, a lot more speed than they had last year.
Yeah, great assessment from Pete Shinnick. He's off to the races. Lucas Londano, he took one back a couple of weeks ago, and he gets out to the 50-yard line. These returns have been sizable on both sides of the ball today.
Yeah, that changes things. It's nice to have one of those every Towson. Like, oh, hey, here we go.
Well, Pete Shinnick also said about Bryant, said, I know one thing is for sure, they are going to play us really hard for a full 60 minutes. So out comes the Towson offense.
And if you're coaching or you're a fan, that's what you look for out of your team, right? It's one of those things. Is Bryant's goal to make the playoffs this year? Probably not. Your goal is to get better than you were last year. Clearly, they've done that.
Towson has scored at least 3 points on 3 of their last 4 drives.
Those big guys are just starting to lean on the defensive line, starting to add up a little bit.
The one drive Towson did not score on that stretch is because the halftime bell rang. So Bryant saved by the bell. Last drive, they went 9 plays, 44 yards, and ate up 4 minutes and 14 seconds. So the field goal drained it in. Zay Perkins is pinned in the backfield by Sean Hunt. It's a loss of a couple of yards. It'll bring up 3rd down in a crucial spot for Bryant.
Yeah, huge play, right? Safety has got a long way to go. Bryant blitzes. It's a run blitz. Bryant blitzes. He's got a tough job. He's got to run a long way to try to make that tackle. Gets there just in time. The receiver doesn't have a chance to turn up.
They'll bring up their 3rd down set.
Looks like Bryant's going to cover.
You see Trey Krause out there, the transfer from Kansas State. Out in the 3rd down set. Noddy back on the field. Lonnie Rice showing blitz on the right-hand edge. They'll send an extra rusher at him, and it's at the expense of Peyton Faulkner, the tight end, being uncovered.
Yeah, nice spot route, and he's a nice option to go to on 3rd down. Just finds the hole in the defense. Brian does blitz, but they're playing zone behind it. Does a nice job spotting up.
Faulkner's 2nd catch of the day.
I think the other one was on 3rd down as well.
Came in with half his catches coming from the home opener, rather the opening day game against Norfolk State. And has largely been a blocking guy after that. You can see him lined up in a quasi-fullback role here. Juste blitzes. Wooden shakes off Nathan LaPlante, who can't finish the tackle. And in to help with Sean Hunt and Dorian Helm. Al Wooden has been the guy today to get most of the touches.
Strong. You got to give him credit to the defensive lineman. He shakes off there. I mean, you got to give him a ton of credit. If I'm Towson, I'm giving it to him 30 times today.
So far, he's got 19 touches. Indorf dropping back, trying to escape the rush, and he'll throw it away. The intended receiver, Jason Das, but well short.
3rd long. Here you go. Are they in field goal range? I mean, pregame it was.
Their kicker, Caden Williams, his career long is 50. It would be just about a 50-yard field goal here at the 32-yard line.
They took Faulkner off the field. A little surprised by that. Looks like they want to go empty here.
A lot of their third downs have been empty backfield, especially from long.
I can still find a place for him to be on the field.
They will go trips right instead. Instead, they'll find a flat here. Great job tiptoeing to stay in was Kamarion Battles, the running back who lined up as a wide receiver here. His helmet has now come off twice today.
Yeah, you got to buckle that up. That's on him.
So another third down conversion for Towson. They'll mark him just short, rather.
Okay. I thought he got it. Is that a bad spot, or?
It certainly looked like he got there.
I thought he got it.
But they say he stepped out of bounds. So they will send the field goal unit out. 26-yard line, so it's around a 44-yard field goal for Caden Williams. Drained to 45. They blew the play dead. It clanks off the post, and Pete Shinnick called a timeout beforehand.
All right.
Motions to his kicker, saying, "That's on me." In a way, he did him a favor, clanked off the right goal post. 11:05 to go, 23-16. Be a 44-yard field goal for Caden Williams, who has made all three today, his longest 45.
That's weird. I still haven't like to see a replay of that third down. I mean, the offense coming back out.
The only thing I can think of here, Tim, is he's trying to tiptoe to stay in bounds. Might have stepped out.
Maybe.
Lively crew here at Burns Stadium today. Get a glimpse of the southeast end zone there, southwest, I suppose. It's the south end zone. Let's call it that.
Yeah.
After further discussion, they will send the field goal unit off. And on 4th and 1, Indorf will hand it to his workhorse today, Al Wooten.
Short.
Swallowed up by the Bryant front, and they're short. Just about the best case scenario for the Bryant Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm curious why they didn't try to kick it again. I mean, makes it a 2-score lead. I mean, I guess if you could get the first here, you take another 4 minutes off the clock. Yeah, I'm just curious on that one. That's
the only thing there is Towson has been super aggressive, as we know. They're now 7 for 9 from 4th down. But so statistically, you like your chances, but that's one where,
I'll take
to your point, you take a 10-point lead.
I'll take the 10-point lead. The way your defense is played, I mean.
Towson had an 11-point lead in the 4th quarter last week. It was squandered to Youngstown State. Elliott, again, right side. Elliott breaking through, and it takes 3 Towson Tigers to bring him down. Got a 15-yard gain for Elliott.
See what I mean? I just don't. Maybe I'm not up to date on my analytics.
They're going to push the tempo here. No huddle and brought down.
And I like it. I mean, if you're a Bryant fan, hey, let's go and let's get downhill quick.
Miles Turner, the grad transfer from UMass, brings him down. He had 32 tackles in 26 games at UMass. Finding his groove in the middle linebacking units this year. Meyer getting rushed. Gonna have to come up with something crafty here. The shovel pass to Elliott salvages the possession. They do lose a couple of yards. They would have been better off throwing it away in a way. Instead, third down, and what could have been much worse.
I'd like to see them throw it away. Once it's not there, they're blitzing. It's okay. Just out in the stands.
So third down and about 6 to go.
Big play here.
Here's another look. The pocket completely crumbled on Meyer. And a couple of crafty spin moves.
Yeah.
And Elliott was there to bail him out as a check down. Carter Newman, the tight end, out there for Bryant. And it's Doe and Riley with Zaim Kalik. Meyer trying to escape. Another shovel pass, this time to Newman. Bring up 4th and short and see how the Bulldogs play this one. Meyer a bit slow to get up, grabbing his shoulder.
This one was a little too early to try to go forward here.
And that may be the dagger for Chris Merritt to bring the punt unit out. It's Meyer super gingerly on the bench. You can see a glimpse of him there. Hopefully just banged up and nothing more serious. Shook his head yes to the trainer, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
Christian Carriglin, the boots. John Dunmore, fair caught at the 1 yard line. What a punt from Christian Carriglin.
Oopsies.
Wow. How about that to send us to break here? Towson at the 1 yard line. This is CAA football on Flo.
The CAA is committed to educating its student athletes and fans on mental health awareness.
Studies have shown that nearly 1/3 of student athletes struggle with their mental health.
Less than half feel comfortable seeking help.
If you are experiencing a mental health condition, please know that you are not alone.
Some things we do for our mental health are go outside,
read and run, go to the beach, hanging out with my teammates.
For more information on mental health resources, please visit ncaa.org.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
Let's talk about SAC. SAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We get to connect between teams, communities, administration at the CAA conference, and the NCAA.
Our group is comprised of student athletes from different sports who represent the voice, opinions, concerns, and interests of our group.
CAA SAC provides an opportunity to enhance our leadership abilities.
We make an impact on our team.
We make an impact on our campuses.
We make an impact in our communities. We are CAA SAC.
Back here in Smithfield, here's a look at the quarterback numbers. Brennan Meyer and Andrew Indorf going blow for blow. This one's starting to level out a bit. As you can see, Andrew Indorf maybe just coming into his own a bit more here in this second half. Brennan Meyer still leading the way. He's treating his shoulder a bit gingerly there on the sidelines. We'll have to monitor that and see if he's good to go or if Bryant will make a quarterback change.
Well, he's heating up. If he's a closer, I would think he's going in.
Towson will start their drive at the 1 yard line.
Nope.
Bryant will send the house at Al Wooten. It's a safety. It's a safety for Bryant. Lonnie Rice with the tackle. And Bryant will put 2 points on the board.
That changes things.
Sure does. Let's take a look as Bryant sends the house.
There's nowhere to go. I mean, there's nowhere to go. It's just not.
What a great play by the Bryant front.
And again, I'm one of those old school guys. I think that's a quarterback sneak up into the center and try to sneak it.
This is not the biggest defensive line in the CAA by any means, arguably one of the smallest. But they certainly have proven, at least through the first 5 games of the year, to be one of the more disruptive.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. You got to be. If you're not undersized, you better be fast, and you better eat up blocks and get off blocks.
Michael Oddie, who was hurt last year towards the end of the year, made a decision to come back to Bryant to pursue his graduate degree. He informed Chris Merritt on one of the last days of the season last year. Talked to him right before the Rhode Island game. He said, well, we got some great news. It involves one of our seniors. And you put 2 and 2 together. Michael Oddie.
That's a big one. I mean, that's
right.
He's a good player for him last year. He's obviously been outstanding to this point this year.
Oddie has been one of the better defensive linemen. He's seen 3 conferences as well over his career. Of course, Bryant spent their founding years in the NEC, played 2 transition years in the Big South OVC.
Can't fair catch that one.
Fair catch for Carter Newman on the safety punt. Chris Merritt wants to play it safe.
Yeah, you don't fair catch that.
So not to lead the cart before the horse here, Tim, but if you put 7 points on the board, or 6 points, I should say, do you consider going for 2?
Yeah.
Of course, the Bulldogs have to get there.
Yes.
Which has proven to be difficult at times so far. Elijah Elliott has been the lone Bulldog to get into the end zone today. So if you can believe it, to close that point on Bryant, 3 conferences in 5 years. Michael Oddie gone from an NEC recruit to now a CAA star.
Ooh.
There's a CAA star of the making, Elijah Elliott, in his grad year. There's a flag on the play as he's brought down to the 50-yard line. Maybe a face mask. Could be more getting tacked on here.
It's a big play turned into a bigger one. 2 flags.
Well, a flag in the backfield now, too.
I didn't see that one.
No.
I saw the second one.
We had 2 fouls on the play by both teams, which resulting in offsetting penalties. Currently, offense number 78, personal foul, face mask, defense number 32. This penalty was all offset. First down.
So Jamez Drummer will get rung up for the face mask, but costly penalty for the Bulldogs on the other end, as the holding on Aiden Smith will cost them here. So the big chunk play negated for Bryant. They'll do 1st and 10 again at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, that one hurts. Why's the clock running?
Meyer back out there, 8 minutes left to go. Meyer looking to air it out, picked off by Jamez Drummer. Drummer at midfield, jumps over the defending Riley, jumps over him again, and he's brought down at the 35. Wow, how the game has swung.
Staring at, locked in on one receiver. If they're playing zone, he just reads it, reads his eyes, gets underneath it.
Jamez Drummer was a guy that Pete Shinnick brought in. As you take a look at the replay, Meyer again fixated on the one guy.
Yep.
Doesn't account for Jamez Drummer, 6'1", 225.
Yeah, never saw him.
Picked it right off.
He's had a good game, dude. He's active. He had a big sack early in the first half, second quarter.
For Drummer, 6 tackles and a TFL for 3 yards. Pinned a running back there. It's been all over the field. Al Wooten back to work. And he's pushed out by Maparu. It's almost as though the Bulldogs hit fast forward on Towson's drive.
Yep.
Putting 2 points into their pocket as a trade-off. Of course, it goes in the books as 2 separate drives and a turnover for the Bulldogs, but you can almost look at it like that.
They're frustrated. You think you got a little momentum going downhill a little bit, and then things change quickly.
Jabez Drummer, an excellent interception. High IQ play for the grad student from Sanford, Florida. Came over from Old Dominion. As Al Wooten gets a gain of about 5. Towson officially in the red zone.
Getting that big offensive line, get him going a little bit.
6:30 to go. Towson with the ball and a 5-point lead. 7 points would make this very interesting. Indorf, the keeper, is gobbled up. Took a big hit at the end of it from Hollis Durstein.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Indorf with the keeper.
So it's one if you're a freshman, you got to learn how to get a little bit quicker than that. Watch his head bounce off the ground.
Bryant has had almost no answer for Al Wooten the second today. 21 rushes, 94 gained, and a rushing touchdown for the Duke transfer.
I think if you're Bryant, you got to kind of sell out here, try to stop the run and get after it a little bit.
Indorf hands it off to Wooten. Trey Krause on the blitz, and they'll move the chains.
That second
First
effort,
and goal.
you can see his legs. This is a nice job getting behind his pads, but yeah, the second effort got it.
Momentum feels like it's sucked out of this place. You can see that second effort there from Al Wooten. 5 minutes to go. Towson up by 5. Ball's on the 10, goal to go for the Tigers. They'll go with the screen to John Dunmore. Dunmore shakes off one tackle, trying to get rid of another. And he's pinned back behind the line of scrimmage. Towson wants a hit to the head. They won't get it.
No, that's not it.
May just be theatrics. But Dunmore.
Interesting play call to me, but that's just...
Loses about 2.
What do you call it, Tana? Oh, jeez.
So they're going to look at targeting. .4:15 to go. Towson up by 5. The call stands. He'll stay at the 12-yard line. Take a look at some of the scores around the the CAA. As there's another look at John Dunmore. That's what we're looking at now. Lonnie Rice stopped him, and they're going to evaluate potential hit to the head.
Yeah, it's just the ref's standing right there. I mean, there's 2 of them standing right there.
Take a look around. New Hampshire up 24-6 on UAlbany with 3 minutes to go. Villanova and William & Mary just started. Villanova is up 7-0. Western Carolina 7-0, 5 minutes in against Campbell. Stony Brook struck first against Merrimack, 3-0. And then Maine over North Carolina A&T, 7-0. Later this evening, Rhode Island on the road at Western Michigan. You can check out all of the CAA football action here on FloCollege all year long. Rhode Island's at Western Michigan, out of conference game, so they'll be on ESPN Plus this evening.
Interesting to see. I mean, the conference obviously is pretty strong. I mean, last year they got a couple teams in the playoffs.
Calls upheld, no additional penalties.
2 minutes of our life we won't get back. But you like to see the conference do well, and interesting to see the URI matchup tonight. Obviously, I'll watch some of that, but that's a chance. That's a game they have a chance to win.
This is the first of 3 games at home for Bryant as well. They'll play Maine next Saturday at 2 p.m. and then in-state foe Brown, who has had some crazy games with Bryant over the last couple of years here on this field. And even down the street in Providence as well.
Down there too. Doesn't matter where they're playing.
Second down and goal at the 12. This time they'll go to Al Wooten, who tries to stiff arm Brandon Perkins, and Perkins has other plans to get him down at around the 11 for a gain of 1. Brings up 3rd and goal to go. Under 4 minutes.
Yeah.
7 would make a mountain that would be very tough to climb for Bryant. The way this Towson's defense has been playing.
Yeah, they're legit. You talked about it, right? Bryant can't have any turnovers, right? Bryant needs to win the turnover battle in the second half. They haven't.
You hold them to 6, that's a whole, correction, you hold them to 3, that's a whole new ball game.
Yeah. I think Bryant's only going to rush 3.
Towson needs to find the end zone. Indorf will take it up the gut. And he's brought down by Lonnie Rice inside the 5. Bring up 4th.
See, now I like them going forward here, because if they don't get it, Bryant's got a long way to go, and 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes by the time they snap it.
Shinnick has got some other plans. I mean, there's 2 schools of thought here, Tim.
Yeah. I mean,
the most reasonable being take the points.
Yes, but it's one of those things. Before, right, when they went for it, I'm like, you want to kick it. And now I'm like, yeah, it's okay if you go for it here because it's a 97-yard field.
Towson's going to let the play clock go all the way down. Williams with the chip shot field goal. Still a 1-possession game.
Yeah.
26-18, so the Bulldogs need 6 and a 2-point conversion, which they failed to capitalize on in overtime against Campbell last week.
Yeah. Similar, right? Bryant has a chance to go down. They throw interceptions just like they did last week. And I know it's the evolution of the quarterback, but it's one of those things that you got to see it.
2:37 left to go. The Bulldogs have all 3 of their timeouts, and they'll also get the 2-minute timeout. So they've got the luxury of the clock. Or, in other words, they won't run out of time necessarily.
Yeah, no, I thought they might take a timeout before the field goal, obviously with the 2 minutes, with the 2-minute timeout. It's just one of those things, so you're going to get 4 timeouts essentially in the second half.
Now, another thing for consideration, Towson has done this kick pass where they've just tried to get Bryant in a bit of an uncomfortable state here. I don't think there is any other direction than kick this thing as far as you can and try to pin Bryant back. Let's see what they do. It's a short one. There's Grant Robinson. He gets down around the 32-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will start things off.
Yeah, for Towson, you're happy, right? Because Bryant's return team's pretty good.
Right.
70 yards, 2.5 to go.
Yeah, Elijah Williams has been solid in the kick return position this year. 2:33 to go. How much urgency do you really have to give the team here if you're Bryant, Tim?
Not much for the first 30 seconds, right? You get the right play, make sure you're not chasing the sticks, but then after that, you probably no huddle, but not fast. I mean, you can clock it. You still got, right now, 4 timeouts left, so.
Bryant chasing 8. Meyer tries to find Doe. He sails it a little bit too high. It's incomplete.
You want to start the drive with easy throws, right? Give him a little confidence. Especially after his last throw. I mean,
Bryant's last 3 drives in order: interception, punt, touchdown. 2nd and 10. Meyer has his pass broken up by Wyatt Drager. Another San Diego State guy. He's a teammate and one of the Bryant offensive linemen, Ryan Dirksen, there.
Right.
Drager, 10 tackles on the year. He played 45 games at San Diego State. And a big pass breakup there.
That might have been a tough transfer. I might have San Diego. I'm not going to lie.
Weather's a bit nicer. 3rd and 10, 2:26 to go. Meyer throws it short to Riley. Chris Merritt wants a pass interference on Mark Swain.
I don't know how Meyer's feeling, right? The last 3 balls he's thrown just don't look right.
He took a tough hit and was clutching his shoulder. Got to wonder if that's playing into it here.
Even if it's your off shoulder, right? You still need torque from that, and it's going to mess up your motion a lot.
Bryant's left with really no choice but to go for it here on 4th down. Last 3 plays have been incomplete passes. Let's see if Brennan Meyer can right the ship. They'll send the blitz. Wide open is Tristan Riley, and he makes the catch. Towson campaigning that he bobbled it, and it hit the ground, but that is unsuccessful. As a Bryant lineman down once more, it's Nicholas Molina. Let's see. That's going to be close.
I thought he had it live. I mean,
yeah, it doesn't appear they'll review it. Molina has to come off, was the announcement from the referee. His helmet popped off. Molina, the veteran of Bryant, 6'7", 312, weighed in at the beginning of the year. Meyer will get one more play off before the 2-minute timeout. They'll go to the workhorse today, Elijah Elliott. He gets past midfield. And that'll bring up the 2-minute timeout here in Smithfield, 26-18. Bryant trying to march down the field and get back in the scoring column. This is CAA football on Flo.
The CAA is committed to educating its student athletes and fans on mental health awareness.
Studies have shown that nearly 1/3 of student athletes struggle with their mental health.
Less than half feel comfortable seeking help.
If you are experiencing a mental health condition, please know that you are not alone.
Some things we do for our mental health are go outside,
read and run,
go to the beach, hanging out with my teammates.
For more information on mental health resources, please visit ncaa.org.
At Bryant University, our students are driven by a hunger to excel. They compete fiercely in the classroom and on the field. At Bryant University, we don't just prepare students for the future, we prepare them to lead it. This is where passion meets purpose. This is where transformation begins. This is Bryant University.
Let's talk about SAC. SAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We get to connect between teams, communities, administration at the CAA conference and the NCAA.
Our group is comprised of student athletes from different sports who represent the voice, opinions, concerns, and interests.
CAA SAC provides an opportunity to enhance our leadership abilities.
We make an impact on our team.
We make an impact on our campuses.
We make an impact in our communities. We are CAA SAC.
Bryant looks to defend their home turf next weekend against Maine. Kickoff's at 2 p.m. You can catch us with the call here live on Flo next week. You're here next week, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm out of vacation time. I'm not going to go anywhere.
Just look at the rest of the schedule. It's
Plus, had weird games with Maine as well. That's always been different.
Brown on that next Friday night, and then at Rhode Island, Monmouth sandwiched in. And at UAlbany, Tom and Mary Casey Field, always a tough place to play. UAlbany been one of the perennial CAA contenders as well. We're under the 2 minutes marker here as Tristan Riley picks up the first down at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, you don't have to be in a huge hurry. You just got to be deliberate. Right? Yep. It's just don't huddle. They practice this, trust me. I mean,
No doubt, and the Bulldogs proved they're efficient at this 2-minute drill. They got it complete in 1 minute. False start on Bryant. That's a bit counterintuitive there.
They weren't set. That can't happen.
That's on Tristan Riley as well, the veteran. Grad student from Jacksonville, Florida, rung up on a false start. And again, don't have to hurry, do have to be deliberate. They'll take the 10-second runoff.
I would. I mean, I'm moving for the timeout.
Bryant has elected not to use a team timeout to avoid the 10-second subtraction. Game clock operators, please set the game clock to 1:31.
There it is. So they do not charge a timeout there.
Thank you.
1:31. It'll go on the referee's signal here. So Bryant still all 3 timeouts. Feed Kobe Keenan here.
Pick up 5, nice spot route.
So they'll collect back the yards they lost on the false start. 1:10 to go. Meyer with Kedzior in the backfield. Meyer will throw it down the sideline. Incomplete. Flag on the play. Miles Brody saying, I'm pleading his innocence, if you will.
Yeah, and reaching back. Actually, that's one of the guys I talked to before the game started. It looked like he was reaching back. I was holding him, keeping the receiver from reaching back to try to make a play.
Get the call. Miles Brody is the guilty party. One of the veterans on the team, all CAA third team last year, with 44 tackles and 9 pass breakups, added 2 picks.
Good player. He's had a good game. It's just tough play, right? He doesn't know where the ball is. He's running step for step with the receiver. The receiver tries to go back, get back shoulder it.
So Bryant moving up the chains, 106. They're at the 30-yard line here. Kedzior is the tailback. Meyer will find his receiver, Zaim Kalik. And they'll move the chains up for a first. Good pace to this Bryant drive here. Under a minute.
Interesting if Towson didn't blitz on that last play. If you're Towson, you want to bring at least 4, right? And you try to get your matchup and pick on somebody.
Meyer will go for the end zone. Kalik incomplete. Good coverage there by Zaka Brown. Brown caught the fake punt first down last week. He's had some good coverage today.
And they haven't gone to him too much.
Yeah, Kalik has been almost completely shut down. Three receptions for 23 yards. Came in as the team's leader in receptions. Or receiving yards, I should say. Bulldogs will go trips left. They'll find Doe on the slant. It's complete. Brody brings him down at the 5. 38 seconds to go. Chris Merritt will pause it here.
Yeah. Again, look at 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, it'll be about 3rd and 1.
Long one.
They've got to get to the 4-yard line for a down overhaul. Now, what do you think? Do you hand this off? Do you get Elliott back in there?
Yeah, I'm coming runner right at him.
.38 seconds to go. Bryant needs 8, but before they can get the 8, they need the 6.
That's it.
It's pretty much come down to one drive. Where it feels like the nth game in a row.
Right, they all do, right? It's just, and this is a growing program, right? It's just one of those things that, hey, you know, you talk when you recruit kids, hey, we're playing. We're playing the blue bloods of the league, and we're staying in games. So we need a player here and a player there, and they could be right where they need to be.
Chris Merritt said it came down to 5 plays.
They all do.
Last week against Campbell. It's come down to this chunk here. 38 seconds to go. 3rd and a long one. Elliott up the middle. It's going to be good enough for a first down for sure. 31 seconds to go.
Try to avoid the timeout here. Run the same play. Let's go.
Have to bring the chains back up.
Again, that snap. You see that high snap. It doesn't really bother me. I'm telling you, it's just throwing the play off a little bit.
30 seconds now. Elliott going to try to jump for his 3rd touchdown of the game, and it's in. Elijah Elliott, 2 on the ground, 1 in the air.
You gotta love that, right? Say, hey, that's what I'm saying. You just gotta come right at him. Hey, let's go.
Now the game has come down to a 2-point conversion. Bryant ran a play to Tristan Riley against Campbell last week to tie it up in double overtime, and it was incomplete. Let's see what Chris Merritt's drawn up here.
Figure they go to the wide side of the field. That's why they put the ball in this hash.
Wilkins and Robinson in the background. There's a football that came down out on the field somehow. I don't know where it came from.
Why is the
Chris Merritt came out. He's got some words to say for his team. Can't say I blame him.
Yeah. How is that even possible?
All right, we'll re-rec. It's all come down to this 2-point conversion. They'll hand it off to Robinson. He's stuffed. Zakah Brown has made 2 great plays down the stretch.
Yep, he did.
So that was the 2-point conversion play. There's a flag down. Came in response to the Towson sideline.
Yeah, there's
probably an unsportsmanlike conduct of sort.
I think they got 12 or 0. One of the 2 defensive backs that didn't do anything on the play talking.
Let's see what they'll do here.
The ruling on the field was the tribe was going to give it after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense 0 in number 12 and 15 in
They got them both.
Wow, so John Dunmore, or correction. Xavier Terry, the starting free safety, redshirt senior.
He's senior doing that, right? It's just.
And Zakah Brown, who made the play.
Yeah.
26-24.
Towson has made a garbage cage. Number 7 is now number 60.
Okay.
Towson announces that they will make a number change. Bryant will have to win an onside kick. This is a position that they hunted UMass from 24-26 a couple of weeks ago. They also had the football. And the hands team is out for Towson. And Bryce Soley will try to convert an onside kick, something the Bulldogs haven't done this year.
No, that's tough.
They have to get it to the 40-yard line after the penalties. Hands team's out for Bryant. In a 4-point stance. Big hop. Ball's loose. And Jason Doss will come up with it.
Wow. That ball took a weird bounce.
It sure did. Let's take a look at the replay. Did it go off the Towson players?
I thought it hit one of the guys and then took a weird bounce.
I think it hit Kamarian Battles.
Like a knuckleball.
There's a flag down. 6 of the 7 officials discussing it.
the end of the kick. Game clock operator, please set the game clock in seconds.
21 seconds on the clock. It's an offsides on Bryant. Do you like the play call on the two-point conversion there? Just a handoff to the big guy?
Didn't look like they had numbers that that you'd want to run that to, but obviously they saw something on film that they liked, and that's what I say. If you don't like it, you got to take your time out, and they had plenty of them. So it was just it was a look they wanted to run it to. A little surprised by that play.
Victory formation for Towson. Mathematically, the Bulldogs are out as long as Towson gets 2 plays down. There's the knee. Bryant will take the timeout and make him run 2 more. Well, back-to-back frustrating losses, assuming the score holds for the Bryant Bulldogs.
Yeah, again, they've done enough to be in these games. The 2 turnovers, 14 points. Good teams capitalize on them. If you're Towson, hey, you want to make mistakes, we'll take advantage of them. They did, and that's kind of the difference.
So they'll run the victory formation once more after Bryant spends their timeout. Pete Shinnick will get his first conference win of the year for Towson.
Yeah, well deserved. They played well. Didn't make a ton of penalties. They played hard, ran the ball.
And Andrew Indorf does enough. The freshman gets his first career CAA win. And the Towson Tigers win the football game.
Yeah, they deserved it. Give them credit. They will turn it over, play good defense. You're going to have a chance to win a lot of games.
Towson at 1 point up, 20-9, and then became 23-9. Bryant did just enough to hang around. I thought they put together a nice job, or a nice drive at the end of the game, rather, but the 2-point conversion ends up not being necessarily the most riveting of play calls.
It's just one of those things. I mean, they're hanging around. They're doing enough to be in these games, and you got to find a way to. Just glancing at the stats, I mean, you got to give Bryant right where they wanted to be, right? I mean, it's just, okay, look at Towson consistency, 153 apiece, right? First downs, Bryant got more first. I mean, so there's a lot. You know, you talk about Bryant, you watch film tomorrow, you get the players back in on Monday. You know, you show them the film. There's a lot to talk about and a lot to say, hey, we're hanging with these teams. Towson's a good football team. Bryant's got nothing to hang their head about. I mean, you're frustrated where you showed up, but yeah, you play with Towson, you give them everything they can handle. That bus ride home, Towson's not going to be celebrating. They're tired. They got not beat up, but I mean, it's a physical game. They're not going to be jumping up and down. They're going to sit down and watch the movie and relax. It's not going to be a party on the way home. They'll be too tired.
Towson was up 14 at 1 point. They finish up 2. So you can see a little bit of that defensive exhaustion setting in. So you have to credit Bryant at least in wearing out the opponent. It has to have been their game plan before.
Yeah, no, exactly. Bryant ran the ball well enough when they needed to, when they wanted to. And then the passing game obviously was good. I mean, they were solid. They just got to find a way to be more consistent. Just the 2 turnovers killed them. And it was just, if you're Towson, hey, take advantage of those things. I mean, I give them a ton of credit. It's just a well-coached football team. Be interested to see how their season turns out and how they do in the conference. But yeah, I see them having a bunch of wins if they can continue that recipe.
Just about as fully proportionate to their offenses as possible. Towson really a mix of, hey, whatever's working for us.
Yeah.
Bryant had to lean on the pass. Their run game was good, but they had to rip off those explosive pass plays to even be competitive.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's just you got to throw it enough to open up the run game if you're Bryant, instead of like Towson, hey, we're going to run it, and they run it, and that opens up their pass game. So, however you want to try to win and get there, you got to give Towson a ton of credit.
Final score, Towson 26, Bryant 24. Bryant falls to 2-3. Towson goes to 3-2. League play continues next week for the Bulldogs. They'll take on Maine here at Burns Stadium in Smithfield next week. This has been a presentation of the Coastal Athletic Association. For all of us here at Bryant and the CAA, thanks for tuning in today's game. Final score, Towson 26, Bryant 24. Broadcast partner Tim Lynch and all the hard-working folks behind the scenes. I'm Jake Zimmer saying so long from Smithfield.